Hello, everybody, gamers, fantasy lovers, and adventurers at heart. My name is Colton Wagner, and this is Dawnworld, a group of friends who, like yourselves, enjoy epic adventures, fantasy stories, and have a love for tabletop role playing games. We don't really have anything as in the way of announcements or any heads up for us being away or anything like that. We will have Kim here with us today for a part of it, but she will only be here for a portion of this episode. But we're glad that she's able to be with us for a little bit of the session. So with that said, if you have not seen our previous episode, make sure to look for episode 46. But without further ado, let's jump into this week's episode of Dawn World. Alright, so previously the party explored the village of Skifal, located on the shores of the mysterious lake on Aquarius. They met the elder, or the chief of the village, and his family, along with his holy advisor. The party then returned to King's Harbor to meet back up with Sibble and catch up on what Sibble had been doing while the party was gone for 5 days or so. In the catching up there, they followed some leads on a friend or acquaintance of the guard that was in charge of keeping an eye on Sibble, and found that this friend or acquaintance was apparently part of the small group associated with Baron Herschel, who seems to be somehow connected to this mysterious re-emerging group calling themselves, or being called, I should say, Hydra. And that is where we pick up, is with Sibble being in King's Harbor, and the rest of the party having gone over to Ifazera, to Kingsford, to meet up with Aya and retrieve the evidence that Sibble had gathered during her investigation. So we will start up with the party over in Kingsford. This is the next day, so this is day 1 of the 2 days left before the full moon that has been ticking down for Sibble here, and is a worrisome time for her. But you guys wake up in the morning. Where are you guys planning on going?
My understanding that we still had to address a troublesome problem with Jimmy Jama, with her financial circumstance with her bills.
That is something that needs to be, can be addressed, yes.
And Sibble already mentioned that she has gone out of her way.
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, the immediate issue is resolved, but the prolonged answer for the problem has not been answered yet.
But we don't know if there's going to be further attempts to collect more beyond what she's up to date on.
Correct. You're not sure how this would proceed, even with the fact that she owes money to the man that apparently is no longer in the city.
But if she's updated on her bills, then she shouldn't be bothered.
Should be.
But that doesn't mean she won't. And apparently 2 of the thugs that were trying to strong arm her have been deceased by poison?
Yes. By venom. Or poison, however you want.
Alright. Sybil, did we want to talk to her about this circumstance?
You're on a different continent.
Yeah, you guys are in Kingsford right now.
I thought we were in Kings Harbor.
No, Kingsford. You went over to be with Aya
Oh,
and
that's right.
Brocknum to get the evidence because you were told that the following day
Yeah, it's the next
Sibble
day.
was going
Okay.
to have her
We
murder trial.
then we'll pop back up with the information with Ginger and Brocknum. Because that's the information you wanted, the proof, the paper, and all that stuff.
So where are you popping in at?
Wherever Sybil is.
Okay. I mean, we'll say that you guys had some conversations the night before calling it a night. She is at the Slayers Guild currently. So if you want to contact in the morning and say meet us over, wherever your trial's gonna be, and we'll meet you there.
Yeah.
We can do that, or you can just go to the.
We'll do the trial.
Okay. So Sibble, you get a call from the party there in the morning, saying that they will meet you at the. I believe it is the city hall is where you were told the. The city hall is going to be where the trial is going to be, since council members have to be there. They say that they will meet you there. So you guys meet up on the outside of the city hall and head in.
Okay.
Arlen is there outside the doors into the city council chamber where you guys have been before, and is awaiting for your guys' arrival. And as you approach, you've made it. Good. Shall we head in then?
We shall.
Okay. He opens the door and you guys head in. You see all the party members, or all the city council members, other than obviously Baron Herschel. And the Duke is not present as well as you walk in. As you approach, the Duke comes out of a side door that is up there on the platform and then takes a seat there at the center where his seat is. And Arlen says, council members, I am here on behalf of Sibble and the issue at hand on the account of her being present at the scene of the murder of the Duke's son Galen. The purpose of this is to find whether she is at fault or whether she was simply someone along the sidelines trying to help, or whether she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And all of them kind of nod and look over to the Duke And you can already see that the Duke is a bit like irritated that this is even going on. It's not exactly sure why, other than the fact that his son's dead, but he already looks like he's giving like a judgmental look at Sibble as if she's already deemed guilty anyway. But Arlen turns to Sibble and kind of like gives a glance to the rest of the party to please give some space for him and Sibble.
Space away.
Okay.
So
Arlen is who?
he's the high priest of the temple there
Gotcha.
in King's Harbor. You guys kind of back up and give some room, and he goes over and kind of puts a arm on the back of Sibble there and faces the council members once again and says, to do this, we're going to be using a blessing or miracle to ascertain the truth in this matter. And then he turns to Sibble and says, I will use Circle of Truth, and I will ask you questions. I simply ask that all you do is answer the questions that I ask. Nothing more, nothing less. You understand?
Okay?
Alright. And he kind of raises the other hand that is not touching Sibble, and those of you that are watching see like a faint blue or a kind of expand around Arlen and Sibble. Arlen then paces in front of Sibble and asks, prior to the occurrence of Galen being dead, had you ever met the deceased? Have you ever met Galen before?
Not piece of news.
Have you ever seen him before?
In passing.
In passing. May I ask, what were you doing that morning on the street? What was your purpose? What were you doing?
I was investigating Baron Herschel.
But were you on your way to somewhere in this investigation, or?
I was actually hoping to meet Galen.
So you were hoping to meet him.
Yes.
Did you have a particular place in mind that you were planning on meeting him?
2 blocks away from the market.
I see. Along the street, or?
Yeah, just in the street.
I see. May I ask, you say that you were hoping to meet him. You weren't by chance following him, were you?
I had been for a little bit because he was near Baron Herschel, who was bringing the visitor.
So you knew that he was close to Baron Herschel.
Yes.
See. When you spoke to the captain of the guard, or Captain Gura, you seem to have some knowledge of what killed Galen. Do you care to, would you explain your knowledge on this and how you knew these, what you told the captain?
I've been watching the Baron, and therefore following and watching people that he was associated with. 2 people in particular caught my attention because I had seen them before, bullying a friend of mine. So I followed them to see where they were off to, and they died of similar means, which is how I knew what the symptoms looked like.
I see. So, did you know that there was a possibility, or even know for sure, that Galen had been injected or been given this fatal toxin, same as these other individuals. Did you know for sure?
I did not know for sure.
Is that part of the reason why you were following him?
No, I wanted to talk to him about Baron Herschel. That was why I was following.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask you plainly, as you had know of this venom that was used, or this poison that was used to kill Galen, and apparently these two other individuals, are you responsible for putting the venom into Galen's body, into his system?
No.
Who is then?
Say it again.
Who is then?
I'm under the strong persuasion that it is Baron Herschel.
So you're not entirely sure it was Herschel who did it.
I'd say 99.99% sure.
That's a
And
lot.
how do you know, besides the fact of him being an acquaintance of Herschel and the other two being that were found in similar fashion to Galen, how do you know that Herschel is the culprit?
I had my companion watch their last interaction, and he reported back to me with what happened there.
Okay.
While he was continuing to follow him through the market, he did not bump into anyone suspicious like the others had the day before. The only person who got into physical contact with him, to my knowledge, is Baron Herschel.
And where do you think, or perhaps you know, where the Baron may have gotten this toxin?
Spiders from an island group.
Does he? Do you think that he has the, or perhaps you know, if he has the venom on hand or in storage, or
I investigated a warehouse of his, and he had a tank of spiders that is no longer there, but was there the first time I investigated the warehouse.
First time.
I see. And do you have any others that can voice and bear witness to this besides yourself?
Just kind of glance over that Ginger and Rockwell.
They are there.
Two were with me. Okay, good. I was like, I don't know they're right.
I glance correctly.
Two of my
He
companions
motions for
were-
them to approach, and they kind of they enter into the vicinity of Arlen and Sibble. And as they grow closer, you see, as they enter a certain radius, you just see like a bit of a ripple
They just
as
said-
they enter through, as if there's like a dome or something there that is encircling all of them. He asks them, and do you agree with this? Or she says that you were with her. Can you attest to these spiders being in this warehouse? They both shake their head and basically go through and pretty much give the same information that Sibble has given, and then Arlen afterwards says, "Right, thank you. You can go back with the others," and they head back to where you guys are. And then Arlen turns to the council members and says, I don't know about you, but it seems to me that this woman has nothing to do with the murder of the Duke's son. It would seem that she was either there by happenstance. She did say that she meant to meet with him, but I do not see any fault as in her having a hand in his death. And what say you? And the others kind of look around and one by one stand up and say their verdict. And going around the room, with the exception of the Duke, all of them stand up and say not guilty. The Duke continues to sit there, kind of glares at Sibble, and then, without a word, just stands up and goes right out the door that he came in as you guys enter.
Oh, flame. No.
Arlen turns to Sibble and says, well, it would seem you are free to go.
Vindicated.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, thanks, Kara.
Yeah, she was very pivotal in that verdict.
What else can I say?
The council members ask a little bit more. I don't remember the name, but
Before
one of
saying
the
not guilty?
no. This
Afterwards.
is afterwards, as
Okay.
you guys are kind of conversing afterwards.
Did you
still
wanna give
in
a
the
verdict?
council members, or
In the
still in the
background.
council chambers.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's the one that's in charge of the Emerald trading company or whatever. Speaks up and says, "Do you have any other evidence on the Baron and his dealings and perhaps what he was planning, what he would stand to gain from the death of the Duke's son?"
I have evidence of a couple of his dealings that have been documented from the past, but nothing future. I'm not exactly sure what his end goal was, but I do know that the last words that I heard the Galaxy, the Herschel, were having concerns for the safety of his family, and that they'd be unable. That's all I know.
Well, it would seem that he was the one that was in need of safety versus the rest of his family. But that is hindsight. Have you discussed your findings with the captain of the guard?
Nope.
Just got
Can't
back.
say I've gotten back to her specifically about this.
Just got
I
back.
see.
I was pretty much told to keep my evidence kind of hidden because it wouldn't do me any good while I was under suspicion.
Understandable. You are a member of Zathrus's group or his organization, are you not?
The Slayers Guild?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a member. Don't ask me how I got there, but I'm a member.
Somehow.
Okay.
We don't know how.
Well,
The truth,
somehow.
As he is a member of this council, if you wish to go over the
That's how I got my
evidence with him, he can
Oh.
kind of keep us in the loop, unless you wish to present it now.
Well, I've already gone over the evidence with Zacharias personally.
Ah, well then he can fill us in.
Yeah,
Is
he has seen all of it. There is one thing we haven't done yet that I want to do, but other than that, he's done it.
it is concerning all of these things that you have said about Baron Herschel as he has been a member of this council for some time, and someone with such a role in the city as he has,
Yep.
to be doing such things is concerning.
Yep.
And
So Sibble, all the stuff that we brought back with Ginger and Brockton, is that the stuff you're talking about that was given over to Zathras?
I've shown Zathras all the things that you have in your possession.
Okay, alright,
And we kind of glazed over it quickly.
alright. So we have the physical
I'm
part.
willing to hand it over to the council and they can read over it more in depth. But I would really like to play with the Palantir a little bit.
So you wanna interact with the council?
Huh?
So,
You're already interacting.
yeah. So what else do you wanna say to the council then?
I'm good.
You're good? That's always
Yeah.
nice to tell them. Okay.
Instead of, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Here I
I'm
am.
gonna give them the evidence and they can just draw their own
Okay.
conclusions. But I would like to have some time with the Palantir, because I want to see if we can contact this Cossidus guy. Because he seems like a real mastermind, so I want to see if we can't just give him a jingle,
Okay, so you wanna shake the tree of Cossidus.
I mean, that seems to be what I do.
Does it matter on your timing?
Probably a bit.
So you're gonna hold off? I mean, the next couple days are gonna be complicated.
Yeah. We can wait a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think there's a rush.
Okay, so we're done with the council now. We can bid our day and be gone.
they said, Orlin
are we
said you were free to go.
Yeah,
so
okay, alright.
FREE, that spells free.
The matter was
I'll
just to
give
prove
them,
whether or not she had anything to do with the
evidence
murder.
with the caveat that I get to come back and play with the Palantir.
Okay,
It was Rauld that spoke up and asked that.
Raul.
Rauld.
Oh, Raul.
Wow.
Not Raul.
R-A-U-L-D.
He's all,
R-A-
R-A-U-L-D.
he's all riled up.
Wow. Mr.
Okay,
Round.
alright.
Okay.
And Broton is the head of the
Is
Wayfarer.
that, hold on, is Zathras actually here?
Yes, Zathras is there.
Okay. Hey, do you still have that recruit hanging around?
Have the what?
The recruit? Durock or whatever his name is?
Yes, they are still at the guild training. They should be,
Training.
pretty close to finishing up their morning training right about now.
Pretty shreddy.
Wonderful. As far as I can tell, it's kind of give him like a little wink. He's the only one still in the city. Everyone else that I know of is left on the
I see.
Baron's boat.
Was he the dwarf?
Yes.
Okay. What's the name of the twiglet that's training people?
Sid,
Sid.
Sid.
Yeah, we want to talk to Sid
Does he
also.
have a
You
list?
just want to talk to Sid.
We all do.
Does he have a list? Are his eyes kind of whoop whoop? Does he talk
All right.
like this?
So where are we going? Back to the guild?
I
Yep.
need to know.
All right. So you guys head back to the guild.
I'd really like to be able to look up a certain word.
Okay. So you want to find the dwarf.
The
Dwarf.
dwarf.
Yeah.
The dwarf man.
Alright.
The dwarf man from
Durick.
Jamaica.
Marie.
Huh?
Did you care anything about those in the middle?
No, you guys can have them. I had leftover strawberries.
Ooh, high class.
Strawberries always.
All right.
Good.
So you go and find Durik. He is in the,
You do
I guess you
that.
could call mess hall of the guild. The recruits are all kind of sitting there enjoying some grub.
As Stan spoons his dessert into his mouth.
Grub. Or grub.
Behold, the grub. Aforementioned grub.
Okay. Do we see Sid?
No, he was out on the training grounds when you guys walked by.
And was he training?
Was he training?
Were the
He was
grounds
with
the same?
some of the
Trainer. Needs.
already members going through some things.
Okay. Alright. Alright. At least he's there. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go or check out
Dwarf man.
yeah, him.
Okay.
We'll get back to Sid.
Okay.
Okay, Sibble, you know more about this than I do.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you?
yeah.
You don't sound too happy
How,
about that.
how do we want to go about this?
Start talking.
Start talking. Hey,
That's an
Okay.
open-ended statement.
anyone else have any ideas?
How to approach him?
Yeah, I was thinking we could try to like pull up a spar and then I just beat him up.
Come and whata?
And beat him up?
I don't know, that was my first impression. But
I have no
mean,
problems
I
with
don't know
it.
how to
All I got was come up, something, beat him up. That's all I got.
It's been a dry spell
Here's the
lately.
context. This dwarf right here, this guy who's training in the guild to be a guild member, he is, to my knowledge, one of the last people that knew what Baron Herschel was doing that's still in this city. And I'd really like to know what he was doing. And so apparently with everybody else. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to get the information out of him. Any ideas?
I think it would help if someone close to his eye level would approach first. You know, just to
Because
see.
he's a dwarf?
Just
You
to
guys
see.
look at the figure that she
I think
is
that's sizest.
pointing out to you, and you see a dwarf that has dark skin, much like the owner of the
Last one.
Hungering Mammoth, only a dwarf and not elf.
He's not pale.
Also similar to the young man that was in charge of, or that was speaking for the miners back in Whetstone that had darker skin.
They're imported.
Medium roast. Medium roasted. He's a medium roasted dwarf. And what does this dwarf do? I'm assuming because you said we saw him that we are.
He's
seeing-
training.
Okay.
He's training to be a member of the guild.
Is he swinging sticks around, or how's he training?
They're
Are the
in the
sticks
mess hall
pointed?
eating right now.
Oh.
That's
Is
why
it
I was like, oh,
Day's
he's
over, or
training
is it
or
break
he's
time?
eating.
Their morning training is done. The
Okay, so
hearing
he's not
for the
training.
trial was at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
with you
they're-
guys coming back, it's getting close to midday.
He's chowing down in the
Oh,
chow
just the
hall.
walk. Forgot about the walk.
Does it look like there is space around him
Actually,
for people to come
Sibble,
up?
wasn't there another activity that this dwarf did that involved some friends of ours?
Yeah, this guy attacked Buckman and Ginger earlier yesterday. Like, I don't know, say probably 6 something a.m.
Attacked.
So the attack was because they said something to him, or Are you
The
saying?
attack was because they were holding on to evidence that I asked them to keep safe, and they wanted it back.
Okay.
They were trying to steal from him.
Mm-hmm.
Bad guy.
They were trying to kidnap what I had rightfully stolen.
Yes. We are familiar with that. Precious.
The group that you see that this dwarf is with, you see a young half-elf with black hair pulled up into kind of like a bun back here that has like some, I don't know what you call those spike things that go through. Chopsticks, kind of.
Literally.
It's literally pulled
Pencil.
back similar to like what we
The
would.
office
dumpling
guy.
and
It's pulled back similar to like a samurai, like what we would think of like that. And looks what we would consider Japanese. Kind of has a little bit of squinted eyes. Has a bit darker skin, not nearly like the dwarf, but actually no, similar to the miner in Whetstone. Kind of not that isn't like dark, but it's kind of like a mixture type deal.
Okay.
Then there's the dwarf, and then there is also a female wood elf, probably a few years older than Kara. And then there is a very large, muscular human male wearing like a sleeveless leather armor.
He's yours.
And has a full blonde beard and blonde
The
hair
one
that
showing off the body.
stops at the neck. Blonde hair that kind of stops like
He
right
has a
here.
neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has a
Just
beard and
checking.
then the hair kind of comes down and stops there.
The ultimate warrior. Yeah.
Those are the 4 recruits that he's with, or the 4 recruits.
Okay. For a minute, I thought you meant he
So
was
there's
recruiting
three other ones besides the dwarf that are. eating.
Oh.
Alright, Sibble, we got your back. What's this dwarf's
4
name?
and 5.
Durock.
Durock?
Durak.
Yeah, I think so.
Durak.
Durrak.
Durak.
Yeah.
Durak.
Durak.
It's okay, the whole time he's talking about the Duke's son, I'm like, how's that spell? How's that spell? How's that spell?
Okay.
GM, how's the Duke's son's name spelled?
Galen, Galen.
Oh,
Oh,
I did Gatlon.
I know people with that spelling and it's Galen. The whole time I was like, I kept thinking of like an actual gallon.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It's like
Sybil laughed
gallon.
the first time she
Gallon.
heard it.
Gallon.
Okay.
A
Alright,
gallon, like a gallon of milk.
we
Yes,
still
gallon.
we still have Ginger with us.
You killed the gallon.
And we still have Brock now with us.
Yes.
Where's Brock Nun's kitty cat?
Outside.
So it's still with him somewhere.
Hmm?
Okay. Okay.
It's been with him long enough to know that when you go into a building, it just kind of stays outside,
Okay. Alright.
unless otherwise told.
It's house broken.
Oh, when we see Durock, Ginger and Brockman see him.
Mhm.
What's their response?
They don't seem to have a recognition for him at all.
What do you mean recognition? Like they don't
Familiar.
recognize him?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they.
They were
like he was
wearing
familiar.
cloaks when they were attacked. But this is one of the guys wearing cloaks. This
Wearing
has
cloaks?
What size?
Cam, did you say wearing cloaks?
Yes.
Okay.
Hoods.
It's like. what?
Okay. So how do they know it's him?
They
I
don't.
know it's him.
Sybil.
I sniffed him out.
Sybil
Sniffy,
knows
sniffy.
that he is associated with Herschel because she smelled all the cloaks
Right.
that were down there in the underground
Alright.
in that room, and she recognized a
That's-
scent from one of
Because
them.
that's the only reason why we're able to know to approach him.
Yes.
That's because I'm ignorant of how we know or.
Yep.
So.
That's how Sybil knows.
Mhm. Alright.
Pretty much the same thing that
Well-
happened with the elf that you guys were trying to track down last time.
Well, whatever way you want to approach this guy. I mean, it's their break time, but you don't want to do a confronting. You just want to get an introduction to get him somewhere and then confront, right?
More than likely, that was my original plan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Do your lead, and we'll follow.
I don't want to. You will have to do my lead.
You don't want to talk to him?
It's almost 2:30. I have to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right. All right. We'll pick this up later then.
You can just do it. It's not a problem.
Well, I don't know what to ask him.
Who? What?
Just
When?
ask,
What?
what were you doing? What's the plan? Like, where's Baron Herschel? Ask like, like you're interrogating him. Because you
Yeah.
don't know. Because
I'm
you
such a
don't.
good guy. It's hard for me to do.
I'll bring the bare light bulb. Let's just go for it.
All right.
I can kind of fill you in on the information that's
You do that because
The in between.
I really don't know the approachment here. It's not a big snake just to chop it up.
First question can easily be, where
Yeah.
is he?
Okay. Then I guess as a group we'll go over there.
As you start to
Mhm.
approach, Aya kind of grabs you by the shoulder. Do you want me to see if I can get him to go to a specific room so this can be done privately, or
Civilly?
or do you want me to bring him outside?
Without
I mean, I can
anybody
tell him that
dropping these.
Yeah. Sid needs to talk to him, or that Rixus needs to talk to him or something.
You're wanted.
Well, I wouldn't want you to lie to do this.
Or I could say that I need to speak with him.
That's fine.
Since you're a member of the Slayers Guild,
Yeah.
you probably won't.
Yeah, because you have pull. I mean, you're almost an ace.
Almost.
So
It's only because of position.
where
The one that
do
got
you
away.
want to take him outside? I don't know.
Outside, I think. Behind the big tree.
That's a bit of a walk.
I'd say let's pick a room.
Pick a room.
You want to
Any
get a
Like-
room?
Like, is there a room that's private? I mean, that
Big
would be the
enough
closest
for a
thing.
hall?
Room closet?
rooms that are more like meeting rooms and whatnot. That they
You're
would-
wanted in
That's
the
fine.
conference room.
I have no
I
problem.
think we should do that. I don't think everybody necessarily has to go in there, but I think we should do that and not go outside where there's potentially
It's fine.
other people that can.
Sure.
Well, the
unintentionally
only reason I
go.
was saying about the big
Jockeys.
tree is because the longer that she's taking him somewhere, the more and more suspicious it seems for him of like, where
That's
is
fine.
she taking me?
Yeah.
So,
Are we just going to enter the room after he gets in there and just. Then you won't
I
have a
bet
choice?
you're
Yeah.
wondering.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sure.
all right. So you guys head back to the foyer area, I
Yeah,
guess,
the
where
melding pot.
yeah, where all
foyer.
the big table is, where all the
The entrance.
fruits
heads
and
on the
vegetables
wall.
and all that kind of stuff, and the heads on the wall and all
I'll
that
have some
kind of
orange
stuff.
juice.
But as you leave, you see her walk over to the table and kind of talk to him for a bit,
The dishes
and then he
and
begins to get up from his seat and begins to walk with her.
What kind of
He's-
mannerisms does he have? I mean, if he already had history with her, like trying to steal from her, I mean, is he like, or.
She walks over and kind of like taps him on the shoulder, and he kind of like looks up, and you see them having a conversation. He goes, kind of like gives that look of like, like you're interrupting me in the middle
Yeah.
of my meal type thing, and then
This better
grabs
be
his
good.
plate and then takes it over, throws it out, and then walks behind her as she begins to walk.
Right.
They have disposable plates. Who knew?
So I was hoping. That's very.
No, they saved the plates. He just dumped whatever he didn't eat out.
He
It's like
threw the
he just-
plate out. Dixit.
But
he was
she ends
that
up
irritated, he
leading.
might
She
just
ends
do
up
that.
leading him into a room.
It's not like a
Um,
card. You can just break whatever dish you want.
Another.
She ends up leading him into a room and closing the door behind her.
You were here, let me
This
out.
is not suspicious at all.
Well, that's what she told him.
We don't know
I,
what she said.
yeah,
All we
Ginger?
know is it worked. We don't care what she said. It worked.
What did you tell him?
No.
She's in another room right now.
Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Oh, I thought
Get over
Ginger,
here.
what did you
Yeah.
tell him?
I thought you said she let him in the room, then closed the door like he was all by himself. And
No, she walked
Is
in.
that-
He
that's-
got
Motion
sent
for
to his
him to
room.
walk in.
I didn't think
and
about
then
it.
close the
I didn't
door.
think about it that way, but no. I can see how you could think that.
Okay, all right,
He got sent to his
Okay.
room.
all right. I mean, she didn't say how long or what. Either way, he's separated. So let's just go in. Who's going in with?
I'll go in with.
Okay.
Sibble will go in, obviously.
That way, if necessary.
That way,
that
if
might-
she needs to fill in on any
Little
information.
stab.
Yeah,
Stab.
yeah, that's not.
A
Well, she'll
little
be a
stab,
silent
stab.
partner. Okay. All right. That we know.
Yeah,
just-
Quentin did not come with you guys.
Oh, good.
That's fine. We
Because
don't.
she's not under watch.
Yeah,
Yeah, no collateral damage.
we're not cool enough to hang out.
He's had his adventure.
Alright, so you guys walk in. As you walk in,
Yeah.
the dwarf is getting ready to take a seat, and she says, "Alright, we just wanted to have a
Convo.
little conversation with you," and kind of looks over as you guys enter in.
We can do this the easy way.
Right.
Rayla's looking
Committee
through the
meeting.
one-way glass.
Cara
It's not
pulls
my
out a bare light bulb.
Okay.
Has Ray log.
Okay. I guess.
It's too far.
No, right
A
now
little lower.
would
Lower. Lower. Just right.
would Ginger have anything to say right now, or other than she lured him in?
No, she said just had
We
a
have
little
Conversation.
conversation, wanted to have a little conversation with you, and then
Oh,
as you guys entered, she kind of like saw you guys enter, and then kind of
Goes
backed
into
up into
shadow.
the corner that like he's sitting, and then it would be like she's like over there in the corner,
Alright.
just kind of standing there.
like I'm
Alright.
watching
All right.
you.
So I have my hand on my Uzi, just in case it
And
gets
I've
out.
got my little stabby stab.
Because it's a plus.
I keep itching my one boot.
You need some salve for that.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Okay.
Let's talk to Jeannie about that.
I guess I would say I would introduce myself. Say,
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
my name is Torvine, and you are.
I'm Durek.
God bless you.
You said it like that too. It's come to my knowledge that you have had some business to do with the Baron Herschel.
Who's that?
Yes, exactly. And it also comes to my knowledge that you had to, or were ordered to, do a mission to get some information from some individuals to rough them up, to take their stuff, and then take them back to Mr. Herschel.
He kind of like looks back at Aya like, what is this? And then kind of is like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. So, now that we're at an understanding, that I would like to have some information
An
about
understanding that you lack understanding.
that the Baron has gone for a ride.
It's like
Inside check. It's a good. I keep forgetting that exists. Yeah.
All right, so the computer decided to go kaput, so we're back on the. Sorry for that. Alright, so you were doing a insight check. Yeah, he is lying through his teeth on knowing Baron Herschel. He definitely knows. He's not totally ignorant to who Baron Herschel is or that name.
And for him being employed as
An associate of his,
Right.
or an acquaintance of his,
Okay.
I should say.
It's clear beneath the bushy eyebrows.
Okay.
But he
Bushy
knows
eyebrows.
exactly.
And you asked
what we're talking about.
about going on a mission. That,
Yeah.
despite him not doing well on his role,
Mhm.
and you doing very well on your insight check, he seems to be telling the truth. He doesn't know anything about a mission or being sent somewhere to pick up stuff
Okay.
or to get stuff for Herschel.
So it seemed to be something spontaneous that he didn't know about.
Correct.
He's claiming not to be Herschel's errand boy.
Right. But he does acknowledge. Okay. Well, he didn't. But the idea that he did do a service for Baron and. Am I gonna have to roll for this one too?
He's
Is it-
acquainted in some way.
Right. But he did do a specific.
So something more than I just know who that is.
Correct. Yeah.
Like
Could be.
I am aware of
probably
their
has.
existence.
He's giving you vagueness now. You have to specifically ask him again for something particular.
What is the nature of your relationship with Mr. Herschel?
Okay. Are you employed? Yeah. And I did mention about he went to do a job for him, which was to retrieve information, and was forcibly trying to get it from Brocknon and Ginger. They're repoing a truck.
I'm sorry. That totally distracted me from what you asked.
Life in downtown, I
Okay.
tell you.
Yeah. Basically, it's like, from my understanding from a reputable source, you were sent to get information on stuff that was to be retrieved for Herschel, and you were meant to take items and you failed, but yet you tried to physically take them from Ginger and Brockman.
Who is this Ginger and Brockman?
The two individuals that you assaulted to try to get information.
You know, the
You-
redhead.
Don't really need to know their names, you just know you did it.
The same redhead that you followed into this
I told you before, I don't know anything
Okay, well,
about that.
You know a lot.
Well, I wasn't too persuasive. Oh, I can reroll.
Communication skills we need to
Trying
work on,
to
but you know a
insight,
lot.
or are you trying to
I'm
persuade?
insight.
Okay,
Yeah. There.
A sight that is
That
in-
is a 3.
okay.
I rolled a 20 on the other one.
He rolled a 19. He doesn't know what you're talking about when it comes to assaulting or trying to retrieve items for Herschel from a Ginger and Brockman.
Because of the names. I said, or
No.
individuals.
No.
You know,
Doesn't
the one
know
who's in the room with us.
anything about
Right
that.
there in the corner with their arms crossed.
Alright, no, I'm flabbergasted.
and Sybil's pretty sure it's him.
She had the sense.
Sibble would speak up and ask, "Where were you yesterday morning?"
At the
He looks
breakfast
over at her, and you can already tell that like he's deliberately not looking in her direction already, but looks over in this moment and I was here. At the guild.
That's really
Training, probably.
broad.
Depending on what time of the morning. You can tell that Sibble's getting a little agitated
Just a little bit.
and gives a time frame of early morning, probably 6 a.m., maybe earlier. I was in my bunk, sleeping with the other recruits. And you can talk to
Who would have been
Kai.
able to see
He was awake at the time. Saw me get up and go out for a few minutes and then come back. But he knows that I was here at the guild around that time. Curious on why you have me in here asking me about some person I don't know and some act I am not familiar with. Kind of looks back at Ginger like,
And what?
raising the eyebrows.
kind of like,
What's happening?
what am I here for? Like, what is this? Type look.
You have done jobs for the Baron, right?
As I said before, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Have you received any communication from someone that you've never met before, asking you to do a thing that you've never done before? Raylock's enjoying this too much.
Yeah, well, considering that he can just lie and nothing will happen.
Or he thinks that.
The only thing that we have of proof that he was even act of doing something was a scent. So it's not like we can bring up other, and he's bringing up his buddies that would lie to their teeth also just to protect them.
If
So-
only we had something that could sniff around.
Yeah, but that's not good enough.
Maybe,
A scent
maybe in court.
Well,
But
maybe.
you're not in court, right?
No, we're not.
Sniffity, sniffity.
Yeah,
You're in an office
We're,
with a guy you're trying to get information from.
Yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
the scent that she's looking for isn't his scent.
Mhm.
It is.
did you get paid? Did you get paid for this conversation too? We have a good reputable person that knows exactly what they're doing because of heightened sense because of Brood Morbus. She knew
No.
exactly who that person was.
No, I understand that.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, like, maybe this is another scent that's on him. That's all I was saying. I don't.
Her nose would have known. So
Okay.
The nose knows, didn't you
2P
know?
and Sam.
Sybil knows that this individual was down there at some point wearing one of those robes. She knows it.
Okay.
Her nose knows it.
She also has the robes with her.
I can't help
She
it.
has all the stuff in that bag
Yeah.
with all the evidence on it.
Mhm. Well, I don't know what else to say to the guy other than getting violent with him until he talks.
Sybil would
So
pull the bag up.
So rude.
So, you don't, and then she kind of like reaches in and starts to pull out one of the robes. Gives it a sniff. You wouldn't know what this robe's from at all. You've never seen this robe in your life. And he says, leans back in his chair. No. Never seen it in my life.
It's the lean back that does it for
that's
me.
why I don't like talking to him.
Never
You
seen
want
it
to do an
in
insight
my
check?
I've been doing them, but I mean I know it's another one.
Well, you're gleaming information from it.
Glean,
Yeah,
glean,
well, there's a
glean,
5.
Glean, glean.
Okay. He rolled well on that one. Yeah, seems to be telling the truth on that one.
Every time he opens his mouth, I don't believe anything he says. He could even say his name again, and I don't care. It's wrong.
That's why he has a
You're
list.
doing it.
He has a
Sybil
forked
kind of walks
tongue.
around and gets up close to him and puts the kind of
Yeah.
in his face and says, "Are you sure? Maybe you should take a closer look." He kind of like leans back from it. "Yeah, I'm sure.
I like how it says
That's
closer look
funny.
and then he leans away.
I found this underground underneath a warehouse on the docks.
In a hole in a log.
Smells a
in the
lot
bottom of
like
the sea.
you, to be honest. Smells like some
Nice
others too,
smell.
to be perfectly honest.
But this one's you.
Found this in a room with
Ah,
an
honesty.
altar, some blood on it, head of a dragon on it. Anybody want to do any insight checks on
His demeanor.
demeanor?
His old dice.
Or ask what he's doing?
All right. Well, I'm looking at his body language, and I'm rolling good too. Literally, that's a 2.
Yeah, he the more and more she's talking and presenting things and saying things, you definitely see that he's okay, this woman knows a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why she can do things. I don't have this information, so she has to step in.
She go ahead. What did you get? A 1.
He rolled 2. Fess up. What did you get?
I grabbed a 6.
Yeah, you guys get the same thing.
If you roll the 1, that's a notable.
Yes, it is. For wisdom.
If you're not tracked off. I already got mine.
You guys get the same thing. Like
That's my third notable.
he's growing uncomfortable, more uncomfortable, and is giving signs of he knows something and has recognition of what she's talking about.
Finally.
Um,
Gotta put a burr under this guy.
Sibble grabs his shoulder and puts pressure on it and like swings him around to face her, which is easy with her strength that she has right now.
24.
Kind
Claw
of like
marks are left behind.
puts her other arm on the table and is kind of like keeping him there with one arm on his shoulder and one on the table and says, "I know that you know who Herschel is.
I know where you were.
I know that you're associated with him. What do you know?" We already know
We know you know stuff.
you know things.
Lots
That
of
you're
things.
part of his circle. You might as well make this easier on yourself. He kind of just looks up at her as if like almost a defiant look, as if like we see in the movies where someone's like gonna like spit in their face kind of type deal.
They jet their
But
jaw.
before he can, you see like Sybil's face start to form into like her brutum morbis, into the snout, and he just immediately like backs up and is like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll talk.
Before the drool
Hold on.
drips on me.
And then she backs off and leans up against the wall,
Carl
And kinda looks at
puts away the
you.
washcloth in the bucket of water.
waiting for you to continue questioning.
That's
You can
basic.
see on the table there's a little bit of a little part on the table where she kind of Raylog's a little impressed.
Like Mr. Incredible when he closed his car door.
Yeah, kind of. Like
Yeah.
there's a little bit of a
You want to see
Little
something?
Play-Doh impression.
Yeah. Back to the original question of
What?
your activities that you've worked and done jobs
Let's try this again.
for Baron. Were you involved in trying to retrieve information for him in a bruteful way just to get him items back? or information?
You can see that he's keeping an eye on Sibble and like looking over at you as he's talking, and definitely has more of a timid demeanor at this point now.
Mm-hmm.
Beneath the beard, the chin is going.
I never did anything like that. I was sent here to infiltrate the guild. That's all I was sent here to do. He kind of like looks at Sibble one more time, who's over there, and kind of like tapping her arm with her fingers.
He's lucky his fingers not claws.
Yeah. And I was supposed to join the guild and make sure that the guild cooperated whenever Herschel's plan took shape. That's all I was supposed to do.
Do you know when this plan was supposed to take place?
No. My superior did, but never told me.
Name of superior.
And it better not be the lake.
I only know him by the name Cossidon.
Sounds familiar.
And you spell it.
You've met him?
Sounds familiar.
You know of him?
Oh,
My phonetic curiosity is piqued.
and are you the only one that was sent here to infiltrate? Or
From
are,
him, yes.
but you know others in the training for the guild are also to be infiltrators?
No. I was the only one with Herschel that was to join the guild. Like I said, I was to make sure that the guild cooperated, whether that meant removing the head from the picture or whatever needed to be done.
So you literally would be serving to be at the highest end of being an assassin. To eliminate,
If it came to that,
which you would do, correct?
kind of like looks away.
He had confidence that you would be able to fulfill your mission.
Yes.
Do you also have the same confidence that you would be able to fulfill it? If asked?
Given the time and resources, yeah.
So you were willing to do it under your own circumstances? You understand that that's frowned upon by the Creator.
Big frowny face.
I'm sure it's frowned upon by anybody who doesn't want to die.
No. That is not true. There's no greater love than if you let someone else, for yourself, for your own self, perish to save others. But for you to live to kill others, so that way others would use that to kill even more, is despicable.
Judge me as you will.
It is not a judgment. It is the truth. You only run from the truth. And it's because of that you are a danger to all Praxis. Or should I say, wherever you put your hat. You can change your ways. If what you feel is threatening your life can be removed, would you change your stripes?
You see him pondering. And then you see him look to you and lean forward and go to answer you, but then you see like his eyes drift past you, like over your shoulder, and his eyes go wide as if there's a recognition behind in his eyes. And then you see a familiar sight that you've seen before. You see black veins start to pop up and start going up around his.
Remove poison now.
Can I put the a vial of
You cast it?
help it along?
Here's this.
I'm glad somebody else said it because it's usually me who brings it up.
The vial of what's that called?
Nobody wants to try to unempower
The
or anything like that either.
What? I can't.
Now, what I mean by this is it looks familiar, as if the life is being sucked out of him. Like,
Oh, I thought it was like a poison.
no, not like the venom. More
Yeah, that's
like,
what I was thinking.
More like what you saw with Goldor whenever he was like, no, please, I can. And
Yeah, when
then
he had the ring.
it was like his body was mummified afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like the
He
life
began
force
to
is being
prune.
sucked out of him.
Well, I don't know. This could be a good thing. I'll try to unempower it.
You
If
raised
I
me.
think it's supernatural, should I roll my wisdom, see if it's supernatural, and then see if I would try to unempower it? Yeah.
I'll give you that as, yeah. This would be something as a
A
reaction, and the other one I can say.
Okay. Okay. So would that be under religion? To-
For,
To discern that it needs to be tried to be unempowered.
I would say an intelligence, or what's your order?
Creator's hand.
What's your order
Intelligence.
attribute?
It's intelligence.
Okay, yeah, roll an intelligence check.
Okay. 3.
Yeah, this is supernatural.
Okay. All right. So I would try to unempower.
Okay.
Not bad. 11. I just had that page. 19. Oh, excuse me. Go down. It's a great success.
Okay. The
Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 5 levels of empowerment, which is up to power level 5. It'll just unempower.
you see the effect stop.
Okay.
However, he now, instead of looking like a dwarf in his mid-30s, now looks to be in his 60s now.
All right. After I do that, can I do detect empowerment
Sure.
to see if anything on him glows, a ring or?
He has a ring.
Okay. Sybil's next to him, or just standing back?
She is next to him, but she's against the wall, so it'd be like him sitting at the table there and her
Alright.
standing.
And I'm closer than she is then.
I would say like he'd be sitting where you are, and you're kind of where Kevin's at, and Sibble would be kind of like over here.
Okay.
Aya would be kind of where the whiteboard is.
All right. Then I want to take the ring off his hand.
Okay.
He's an old man, so he shouldn't be able to fight it too much.
Yeah, well, he's just kind of like.
Yeah, he's just yeah. All
And
right.
you walk over and take the ring off.
Without pulling the finger off, making an artifact. Yeah. Oh, hey, glue that back on.
He
Okay.
is now single.
And ready to flamingo. No.
Okay, time to leave the room. This is gonna get kind of bizarre. Hey,
So you want us to leave her?
Anybody. We'll leave him here all
What
by
is
himself.
going on?
Whoa!
When I grab the
Carl
ring, do I
quickly
get
takes the bare light bulb back.
a dark sensation from it? And
Give
when
me
I did
that.
when I did detect empowerment, what color did it pop up? Was it red?
Yes, it was red.
What shape do you see?
Okay. Was he all red too? Because he's evil.
No.
You
Okay.
like that portrait?
All right. I'll take the ring and I'll put it in a pouch that I have. So later on I can investigate it.
Okay.
Was there anything else on him that radiated any,
Nope. Just that ring.
nothing supernatural? Did he have weapons on him or anything?
Did
No
taking
battle
off the ring
axes.
help him?
The damage was already done. It already
No,
sucked a
he
certain amount
doesn't
of life
like
out of him.
regain
Okay.
anything. No.
So it didn't
The ring
seem
goes
like
down.
that was causing.
As you grab the ring,
History. Do I see a big eye?
you get a similar vision to
That's what
when
I
you
had.
took the ring from Goldor's
Right.
body. You see a flaming crown.
Yeah, the old
Once
flaming
again.
crown, yeah.
Something
I
flaming
forgot
and
about
round.
Yeah, so if I ever want to see a crown, I can just grab the ring.
Ooh, pretty,
All right,
shiny.
so it's in my pockets. I'm not gonna be like a hobbit and hang on to it, you know, like
He's got a locket in his pocket.
this. Yeah, yeah. And so that's where it is. And I said, I will tell him, whoever your master was, obviously they don't want you to be a loose end. So this ring was to kill you. Heal. I'll heal him before he dies.
Oxygenation.
Yeah, I will give you some power of life through the Creator to sustain you.
I'll keep you alive as long as I can get something out of you. You are getting very sleepy.
What do you want to know?
Tell us what you know. I might not ask the right questions.
I'm not from
Round here.
Praxis. I'm from Evazera, the northern part of Evazera.
That's why he's breathing.
More specifically, the city of Nethalor.
That's what. Is that on the map?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. I met Costin there before he brought me into the fold. He is someone of importance in the city. It was only a short time after bringing me into under his wing that I was sent over here to help someone that was close to him or someone important to him.
Is that Herschel?
I assume so. I was told to listen to him and follow him and do whatever was needed of me.
Who threatened your life? You said that if you didn't do what they wanted, that they would kill you.
No one threatened me.
Maybe they did, and you didn't hear it. When you put the ring on, apparently that was a threat to your life.
Apparently,
Why was the ring given to you? To your understanding.
was a gift from not, I don't know
Wasn't
where
Constantine?
Constantine got it from, but he gave it to me.
Okay. Ring from Constantine.
He said it was normal for members of his,
What would be the right word? Not organization. his-
Establishment.
Yeah.
establishment to have these.
Did you meet others that had rings? Or it was just
Several others that were with Herschel.
so everyone who is their acquaintance to be used by Herschel, they all have these rings?
Yes.
Sidebar question. What does the ring look like? Emblems or anything on it?
Engraving.
It's
Good word.
Yours forever.
With love.
it's nothing real fancy. It's just like a plain band.
Like a wedding band?
Yeah,
Looks
kinda.
like something
Yeah, it's just a
someone
plain
just severed off of a
Jane.
Plain Jane.
band.
Plain
Yeah.
George? Okay.
Plain Jane, plain Joe.
Okay. Okay. Does Constantine have like a seat at the council of Nufflor?
Not entirely sure what he does
Hmm.
in the city, but he was someone of importance within the city.
Importance.
Whatever
Financial
you did,
leader?
Torvine, it's working really good. He's got lots of oxygen left.
I don't know.
Doing an awful
Oh, I
lot.
didn't
He
roll.
did have quite a bit of resources.
And he probably had resources possibly from the Baron?
Perhaps.
Have you seen the Baron and Constantine together ever?
No. I've seen them talk before, but not face to face.
How can you see someone talk but not face to face?
He used
You can close your eyes.
an orb of some kind,
All these spherical objects.
black in color.
They don't come in different colors?
I don't know.
Just black. Were you able to see into these black orbs when it was being used?
I saw it briefly and heard it too.
Hmm.
It was only in passing.
Sibble mentioned about on the docks there's a room that there's certain informations were. Is that one of the orbs you were talking about that were at the dock?
Likely it's that word that was on the table.
Have you ever, you were in the city though, where Constantine was. Have you ever been in a room where he used an orb?
Never him using it. No.
Did you see one up in Niflor?
He had one, yes.
And you were in that room?
Not in it. I saw it.
From a doorway, a window,
Yes.
a doorway.
It'd be like him being in a hallway,
Yeah.
like seeing like the door open up and then him seeing it
Yeah.
on the table.
Is there a name of this building that you saw this in?
It's where he kept us. Kept me.
In the city?
Yes.
Do you have a map of the city?
No.
Kingsford?
No. Niflor.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
We don't even have it marked.
Do
on
you
one
know
of
if the
the
storyteller has a map of this inside
No,
the
but
city?
I can.
I tried.
Next time you see him,
Okay.
can you ask him?
Okay. I'm gonna make sure I do his life points. So, he gets 27 life points back. So, want to make
Okay.
sure he feels fairly juiced up. That we're not trying to kill him like his previous master did. So, life stinks, but we're trying to make it less stinky. Though he looks like kind of leathery because it happens so quickly now.
Mhm.
So, okay, now that you see the type of persons that you were working for, does that help you understand maybe the rudder of your life and direction that you might want to choose a different direction? You are expendable to them.
It would seem so.
You're not expendable for those who you care for they would care for you. It's reciprocal. But right now, you are in danger more. There's a possibility that the one that this ring was, that made it, and the ones that used it, that gave it to you, they understand that you've been compromised. So that means they'll be looking for you. We could
You
try to,
probably know where I'm at.
right now. But if we remove you from here and give you more of a sanctuary area where they wouldn't think that you would pop up, would give you longevity and the time to reflect on life. Maybe a new start. Not many get a new start. You were close to the end just a moment ago. We offer you a possible new beginning.
He looks at you kind of like with a look of that sounds nice and I would like that, but then at the same time he is
I want to try to talk him into it.
he's hesitant because
Is that you?
it would seem he was in this situation before, offered a better life and
I won't give you a
offered
ring.
something, and now he's in this predicament now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But there are obvious evil bad things compared to good things. Good things are usually associated with life and prosperity, where the bad things are you're disposable. If you're lucky, you can be part of the successful bad guys, but as soon as things go a little wrong, you're cut out. This is possibly time of self-reflection to give you, and possibly look in the direction of the Creator. Maybe you could go to a temple where you can give time to reflect and ponder over ways of the Creator, if this would be the path, the direction that your life can go in, instead of death and ruin.
Perhaps.
I've given you a small taste of the Creator's life by healing you.
Yes.
We ask nothing out of return, except for you to make a choice to better your life. You're not obligated to do anything except for self-reflection.
Why not? Can't be any worse than this.
As long as they don't catch you. I agree. Then we would remove you from here and take you to the temple, and from there you might go to another town for refuge,
take you to another place.
another place, far
The
beyond.
Badlands.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Just drop him off. Here you go. Good luck and enforce me with you.
Yeah, good choice.
Peace.
So, yeah. Pieces. Okay. Actually, you could accompany someone in the bag line and lands in a day. See how long they'll last. Okay. Okay. So, Durek. Right.
Yes.
I am very grateful that you're taking a path for life. Whatever that life ends is between you and your new introspection of your life. I would like to, well, we used the portal once today.
2 more charges.
Yeah. Because I would, now everyone, does this make sense? We don't want anyone to see him leave. Well, especially they won't even recognize him, I don't know, because he's old man. But if we could pop him up at the temple, just walk in there.
Disguise. We can do whatever. I'm being a little silly.
Yeah, you are. But because we could drop him off and then just walk back in. I mean, the portal stays up for 5 minutes. So, or even a minute, doesn't matter. And where's Isaac?
He was staying at the temple. After you guys returned, he was
Okay.
staying there to report with what you guys discovered
Okay.
with the portals and all that.
Okay. Why don't we connect with him with Stone and tell him we have an incoming possible reformed bad guy who wants a new start in life, and we need to hide him out for a short time so he can get reflection on being reformed and hide him away from bad guys who want to kill him. And
Okay. Are you thinking of keeping him here at the temple? Is that
short term.
Okay.
Short term.
Okay.
And then moving them later further away so that way bad guys can't try to investigate to find them.
Okay. Yeah. Let me kind of figure out where we're gonna put him.
Okay.
so that I can-
Where do I know where you would be at the temple to drop them off? I'll just open a portal wherever you know we both know of, and then.
No. Well, we can do the front desk. We could do the library. We could
I think
do.
the library is a little deeper in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
Carl, did you want to, like what Raylog said,
Who?
to put a
The
little
big
bit of dress him up a little bit or whatever, and so he's not looking the way he is.
Sure.
Okay. And then we'll take him there, and then he can go, and then he can lead him to a special room and whatever, and he can do the Zen thing, and then we'll check up on him. Basically, I'll tell him his name was Durek, the dwarf, who just got old really fast by a bad guy.
He forgot to put on his makeup this morning,
No oil
and it really
delay.
shows.
Yeah.
So how are you planning on disguising this dwarf with like really dark brown skin like the piano there? How are you disguising
Ooh,
him?
that is pretty dark.
Yeah.
That's darker than what I thought.
Add a
Wow.
layer of
That's
wind
not how
wax,
dark.
and you're good
Yeah.
to go.
That was, mid-30s and now looks like he's in his 60s now. How are you disguising
Oh,
him?
okay.
Fill in the cracks.
We bring him out on a gurney and take him to the hospital.
Everything gets
There's a
fixed when you
dining
cover
hall
him
out there,
with
right?
Coffee
There's
grounds.
a dining hall, right?
Coffee grounds.
Ginger can
Yeah,
go
where
get
you found him. There
yeah.
is.
Ginger can get a tablecloth, and he can wear like robes. And
We have a guest speaker
You
visiting
can wear
us today.
the
class.
outfit that Sibble pulled out of
Oh.
The smelly one.
Yeah, that's not gonna make anybody think about the festival at all.
You're looking.
Yeah, flashback.
That's
Kill
good.
it, kill it. Okay.
Walks through the portal and everybody's like, what?
So-
if it wasn't a medieval time.
Are there? So
Why does it
does
sound
Aya
like the
know where
plot
there's
of
other
Village?
linens and whatever just down the hallway? It's an office building room, you said.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Or we
I
could
mean,
just
fold over napkins.
make a portal and just take them out. It seems a lot.
Well,
simpler.
yeah, but once we get them over there.
All I asked is how you're
Yeah.
disguising
Yeah.
him. That's all I
Yeah.
asked.
Because he looks kind of. He's skinnier than he was too, right? Yeah, he
Lost
looks
like
kind
30
of like.
years of his life.
Yeah. So
or equivalent of 30 years of his
you
life.
You
decorate
didn't eat
them.
that whole time.
We're bringing some stuff. You decorate them. We put a little rouge on them, and then we'll give him the Isaac, and he's like, "What's this, drag day?" So there you go.
Here's your little beanie.
Yeah, there you go. Mummers parade. Yeah, sure. Okay.
All we really have to do is take his beard and flip it this way.
How many times have you used disguise?
Ego.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you
Yeah.
just
Now
take
you're
the
good.
long beard and you flip it like this, put a bow on top,
Alright.
make some holes, and you're good to go.
All right, so I'll do the portal to the library for Isaac
Nobody needs
to
to
receive.
know.
Aren't you glad you don't have a beard?
How would they know?
Yeah, but where would all the birds have to make a home in your beard?
Alright,
Right.
so you make
It's
a
a
portal
bad
to the
sick
temple,
day,
to the
okay?
library
We all have
there.
them.
Walk through and
Hey Isaac, here's your drop off. He's really a pretty good guy, except for he's lost his way in life. He needs just to
And wait.
to show him some of the discipleship of Creator 101s, so that way he can see how people are to be expected to look at the Creator and simple things in life, how to live our lives.
well, first of all, you open a portal, a blue portal
Second of all.
in the middle of the library. And walk through.
Okay, it doesn't matter where you want to think I popped it.
Wherever in the library, the desk at the library, or whatever, and you walk through with the dwarf, and you see
With a
Isaac there,
tablecloth and
like,
stuff on.
oh, okay, yeah, I'll take him and kind of like, kind of motions to lead him along, and you look over, and there's like
Over the desk. Yeah.
there's a Nafina over there,
Mhm.
just kind of like, oh, hi.
Hi, didn't see you there.
Is that portal from you?
I did induce it, yes.
Are you responsible for this mess?
We're here for a drop off.
She
We're not
like
here for
stands up a little bit more, and you look around, and there's
UPS is
people
really
that
been
are
dropping
like
the ball.
Yeah.
We're
standing there
trying to
like
help them out.
with books in their hands,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of clerics that are like reaching for
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
or like, oh no, it's happening again.
We don't see oversized scorpion things coming out.
Yeah.
Someone's over there
Yeah.
with a stick.
So, we're just here for a moment.
Did they roll
Just
to see if
dropping
they
off.
actually tried to close it before it?
No, they're just like portal opens up, and then he like walks through, and it's just kind of like. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's why I didn't want to do the
The
front
elevator was broken.
Guards would be like, hold, who goes there?
The elevator
You know,
was broken.
we gotta
again.
find
Janitor's closet.
Yeah, we gotta find a new neutral spot, like the toilet or something. So
The
yeah.
toilet.
Yeah.
We
Build
come
a tree.
through
Yeah.
the toilet
Yeah.
into the room. Yeah, that's our great.
Well, you
idea.
gotta know where you are when you're popping
This
it
is
in.
a
of course.
mobile cistern.
Put it in front of the mirror.
Some guys in there using the stall. Next thing, all of a sudden, right out the stall.
Yeah, there you go.
What is going on over there?
I told you not to linger too long in that room. Yeah.
And then Kara says something. Is there a woman in this room?
It's a uniroom. Take it easy. It's fine.
It's a progressive temple.
Progress.
Moving on.
Okay. All right. We digress. Okay. So yes, Isaac, appreciate it. Get them all settled in, and we'll be back. Not
Okay.
today, but we'll be back.
All right. And right this way, my friend. As he said, as you're going back through the portal, my name is Isaac.
I'm guide.
Where are you from, Mike?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's indispensable. That guy.
So Did you need to tell him that he aged in 30 years in a few seconds?
I told him he got older real fast.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
So that way he's in the,
All right, so now you're back
it's
to
a
guild.
learning curve. So
That is
Okay.
2 charges.
yep. All right. So we turn it off, and then say, all right, it's time to go. So unless you guys want to cover story, actually we need to talk to Zaspers to let him
While
know.
we have the room,
We want to reserve for a business meeting over here.
our time slot's almost up, so we gotta.
Yeah. Chop chop.
We're having technical difficulties.
We
with
need
the
to tell
Zoom call.
Zaspers that
Who wants to be the runner? Go get him.
that this dwarf Durik that was connected to Herschel has now been neutralized and is being held over at the temple where he's being cared for because he was almost assassinated by the people that he worked for, which is Khazadin and Herschel. Supernaturally, his life was being sucked out of him by a ring, which I have in my hand. Well, not literally, but. And so we saved his life, and he wishes to try to think about being reformed from the activities that he was participating for Khazadin and Herschel.
Well, you guys are quite good at changing the minds of those of the opposite persuasion,
It was
or
hard.
changing their lives and turning them around.
Well, we feel forgiveness in some circumstances is warranted. And maybe second chances.
It is good that we got to the bottom of this, at least a little bit. Herschel is in the wind, but we'll find him eventually.
Well, we do know he's going to the Keys.
Yes, for what reason, I don't know.
Well, apparently he was-
Where in the keys, we don't know.
there's a lot of keys. Oh, which reminds me. I might be able to ask a very large individual to try to find them on their trek in the ocean.
Okay.
It is a stab in the dark. But one I would like to try.
No, sometimes you hit when stabbing in the
Sometimes.
dark.
Yep. Yeah, I do have blind fighting actually. Yep, right there. Yeah, so we wanted to keep you informed of the progress, no matter how large or small, when we had the opportunity. So, and we were still here, which he informed us, Mr. Durik, that none of his companions that were in the training also, they were just friends of his. They weren't part of the plot itself. So I would still be a little on guard, because obviously if he was planted here by Herschel and Khazadin, there might be others. And they're not afraid to eliminate those in leadership of the guild. That was his mission. At the right time, when they were going to cause whatever chaos they were going to do here, you or someone else to get chaos going were to be eliminated.
I see. That was the wrong voice. But okay.
I accepted
I see.
it nonetheless.
We don't question
I see.
it anymore.
Yeah. Probably needs more orange juice.
Well, where are you off to now?
I have a feeling. Oh boy. Sibble needs a direction to help her with her issues. That might lead us.
Issues plural.
Well, it might be us.
You put it in there.
Uh,
That S means a lot.
well, Zathras knows her plight.
Oh, she
Um,
does.
And she would like to find something that is part of a cure for some of the morbus that she's encountered. And that's over in Ethazera. And technically it's the area where the scorpion creatures came from, in the southeast part, in the swampy areas. Yeah, stabby stab. So we didn't know if maybe the Slayers Guild actually had a bounty of some sort that's listed in that area. It's another continent.
I do not have any for anything over there. Everything I have is for the
This
region over
Yeah.
here.
So we would have to,
Perhaps you can talk to someone there at the Slayer's Hold in Kingsford.
okay.
Perhaps they would have something for you.
We could pop in someone's office. Yeah, we were thinking possibly doing a little good on the side of going to do a mission at the same time. And besides that, maybe we could get over closer to the Keys quicker than the Baron if we pop up and do something in the marshes. And we might be able to track down where he's gone and maybe put an end to that chapter of this long saga. But right now, I guess we have to find out Sibble has an urgent situation going on too. Oh, which actually, since I'm talking to you, there's a local business lady named Jeannie Jobin, and she's having some issues with her finances because it seems to that she was having with the Baron financial problems, and they were sending strong-arm people over to collect for her, but yet people were seen to be chased away from her business, so she couldn't earn money enough to pay her bills. Wondering, because she's very good at her job as an herbalist / she brews potions and stuff, and I didn't know if there's a way that you'd be interested in looking into contracting her, hiring her, or helping her out in some way. She's very reputable. She's actually making some antidote potion for Sibble. So she's very rehearsed in important potions and remedies. She seems on the up and up, but yet she's getting stiff-armed because of her dealings with the Baron.
What's the name of her
What is the name of her?
establishment?
What is the name of her establishment?
I don't think I have that info.
Anybody want to roll
Intelligence?
history or just an
I can do
intelligence check?
history. I
Yeah,
can do
you roll your
Well,
history.
Do you
This
know
would-
that-
it would just.
No.
I'm saying history as in
It's
remember
intelligence.
something from. It's just an intelligence.
Yeah.
Do you know
I know.
Jeannie
What?
Jamin's shop's name? Do you have that written down?
No,
I have it
Okay.
written down. It's just
you have it.
my chicken scratchings, but I just rolled. I rolled a 10 out of. Is this history or just,
Just an
intelligence?
intelligence check.
All right, 10 out of 18.
Yeah, this isn't something of like
Yeah, right. Yeah.
history.
Just recall.
It's your personal history.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Common Solutions is the name.
Name of the what?
Common
Shop.
solutions.
Common Solutions.
Of
Okay.
That's Jeannie Jamin's shop name, which you learned all the way back before you even put what's his name in jail back in
Clover.
Morningdale.
Yeah. We
This was
went out.
all the way back then.
When we went out in the woods with a big rock and we got attacked.
Yep.
Kimberly's
I know
character
it's
went out to the
all the way
rock. She
back
got
to last
attacked.
July, so just saying.
Common solution.
Common rhymes with Jamin. That's all.
Yeah, because she was going out.
Genie Jamin.
She was going out
It's
to the
common
rock to get
solutions.
some moss for
Yeah.
something,
She was out here
for a potion.
just waiting.
Yep.
Mixing her person. Okay. Okay, but yes, Common Solutions is the name of her establishment.
Yes, we will look into it. It's always nice to have some extra help when it comes to making potions and
Specialty.
antidotes and things like that.
Yes.
Our personal brewers do a good job, but when it comes to more specific and special requests, some is better outsourced most of the time. So, yes, we will look into this.
Okay, because we were a little concerned about her safety, only because of the most recent revelations of the Baron and his strong-arming thugs. So that's something that concerns us, and we can't be everywhere.
If we're worried about her safety, we can always, I can talk to Gura and see if we can have some guards posted there at the shop for the time being until this is blown over.
I do appreciate that. It's very kind.
Yes.
All right. And so, so for right now, Durak is no longer in the process of trying to become a member.
I would assume as much.
Yes. So if anyone comes up to any of your trainers and asks where's Durak, he has changed his path in life and no longer pursues the membership. It's all I can really speak on his behalf because of the circumstances. He is much older. That the assassination attempt was supernatural and it sucked life out of his body. It was because of a ring that was given to him by Khasidim.
Interesting.
I plan on getting the ring identified. Thought maybe Arlen, the high priest, would like to take a look at it. He is much higher level than I am.
Much. It's like level 30.
Off the charts.
It's over 9,000!
So, okay. Yes. And we're doing all this underneath his radar. He doesn't know anything's going on. So, okay, well, I didn't say anything. But again, I think for right now, we'll. What do you guys say? We'll go drop off Sibble in the barren lands and just sleep on it and then see if she survives and then get her the next day.
I guess so. That's what she asked for.
So I still have like a whole day.
Yeah. This is day
It's
one
Yeah.
of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want
So
to be out there
tomorrow
forever.
night
I
is
just want to be open it
the
overnight.
night you need to be concerned about. Tomorrow night.
Okay.
Excuse me.
We almost dumped you out. All right.
You also wanted to make a trip to Genie Jamin's, if I remember correctly,
Yeah.
to pick the stuff up that Sibble had ordered and ordered it to be done.
That part I forgot. I was doing the security
So,
measure.
You
Okay.
can go over there, talk with her, get the stuff, and then. Wow. Too bad the camera's not lower. We could have got that on camera.
If I was Torvine,
You might have got it.
no.
Oh boy.
Okay.
And then you could head over to Kingsford if you wanted to and pick up a quest or a contract.
Yeah, Kingsford. That's right. I don't know why I Okay.
Did we talk to Sid? I hope I'm looking at.
No, we didn't talk to Sid yet.
That's kind of important.
Well, yeah, so that way he can send us there. Yeah.
Like, that's like 60% of the plan. It would be pointless
I have
to
a
get
question.
a contract that we can't get to.
Yeah.
If we don't talk to Sid first.
All right. I have a question though. If I give him the gauntlet, Sid, and he activates it and does a portal from where he knows where the swamps are, and if we go through, can he take the glove off and it's still active?
No, it has to be on.
So he still has to have it on there, though. So he wouldn't be able to turn it off and then just
So
walk.
we need 2 charges to
Yeah,
pull it off.
and I already used.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have 1 charge.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
How
didn't
long
know.
does
that-
it take to
We
close?
we're in the same town and used 2 charges. What did we do? I guess we'll find out later.
The first one was coming back to King's Harbor to meet up with you for the trial, and
Yeah.
then the second one was to take Durik to the temple and drop him off, since Durik lost 30 years of his life in a moment.
Yeah, we're trying
We
to.
couldn't just walk.
We're trying to keep.
They didn't want to get accused of doing something to him.
But not only that, we don't want spies or other people seeing them and then killing them anyways. We know how poisonous
Just put a
darts
cloak
hit
on his
people.
head. People can't tell who you are if you wear a cloak.
You-
That's canon according to the rules of this game.
Well, we weren't into the canon part.
Section 42, line 9.
So anyways, but I mean, either way,
We didn't
we
think-
can do the charges tomorrow anyways. It's no biggie.
Well, you have a way to get over to Kingsford anyway, so if you're
Yeah.
going there and you want to pick up a contract, you have to go to Kingsford anyway to get the contract.
Pop up in his office. But you
Good.
got, but tell him.
We don't technically have to go to Kingsford. We could just call from there and ask if there are any.
That's true too.
Well, the discussion of what possible things are available and whatnot
It'll
is,
take a while.
it's,
Alright.
unless you plan on using all your charges for
Yeah.
your stone.
It's
Well, okay, how about this? Like you say, we can pop up there with the stone. And we could take Stick Boy, Sid, with us. Oh, either way, he'd have to use a charge to go to the swamps, wouldn't he? Yeah, that won't work. We still need 2 charges to send Sid back. So, okay. Well, we can do that tomorrow. But tonight we can pop up. Well, what time of day is it now?
But hang on, if we go to Kingsford via the recall stone, remind me / you can do it. We have to actually call Zathras first.
Yeah.
Golter.
I'm just reminding us, so that way it's done. It's a thing.
You mean
Sybil intends to do.
talk
Like if
to
I'm not
talk to
before you use the recall stone, Sybil is going to call Galtrius. and
yeah
be like, "Hey, we're
Galtrius.
popping up."
Right. That's what she
Alright?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm declaring intent in case I'm not present enough to do so.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm doing so.
Right. That's fine. Okay. But what time of the day is it now?
It's close to midday. You guys came here and they were eating lunch. So
Okay.
it was
All right.
around
Okay.
midday.
So it hasn't passed that far. Okay. All right. All right then. Yeah. Contact Guldrus. And then let them know we'll be popping in. And then we're gonna ask for a mission over there through the Slayers Guild there. Yeah, that's good. Then we can stay there overnight, and then we can do Sid. But then we gotta send you over to the Badlands.
Why are we
I've
sending?
got a stone for that too.
Why are we sending Sid Sibble to the Badlands?
Because
For her transformation possibility.
she's been a bad dog.
Yeah.
That's where
Oh,
she's going.
Last time I thought you were just tying her up to a tree.
Things have changed.
Things have changed.
Apparently that's too demeaning.
Badlands, that's
We're
where the
gonna
bad
dig a hole
dogs
that's
go.
25 feet.
Feet, 20, yeah.
Yeah, and then just put her in.
But that costs 10,000 gold pieces. So.
She
That's
didn't
her
roll
10,000 gold,
over.
isn't it?
She's going to the Badlands.
She didn't get paid like we did from the vault. Everyone got 20,000.
Sounds like
She
a
wasn't there.
personal
She didn't
problem.
get it. She's part of the group, isn't she? Part of the group.
But she hasn't been proven worthy yet.
We can always pop in and put her over there. But she has to hold her breath. Because Isaac's not here. It's all underwater. Okay. Alright, so use your stone and then we'll pop in after you talk to him, of course. And pop into his office, okay?
Hello. That's what a pop in is. Hello.
Yeah, sure.
Pop in, pop out.
And we're not gonna talk to Sid about it first, because I think we should do that first.
Yeah, we need to talk to Sid first. After lunch. Before he starts doing any activities in the afternoon. So he's free in the afternoon?
What, today?
Okay, today. He already did
Are
his
you asking about today? Like, is he free this afternoon?
Yeah, this afternoon.
Could be. Maybe not.
Okay, we'll go find Sid and we'll ask him.
No, he's busy.
Sometimes I don't like this guy.
He's got training. He's the trainer.
Exactly. We don't want to take him. We just want to talk to him before the training starts.
Oh yeah, you can talk to him.
Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, so we want to inform him. We have a very dire request for an important activity. And if he could help us get there and come back, because his knowledge of being on Ethazera in the swamplands at a certain time in his life, he was over there.
I was over there at the time.
So do you know an area specifically, like you can remember it?
No, not the only one, I'm sure, in the guild that's been there before.
Well, we only know you have this knowledge, that's why we're asking you. Is this like in the swamps, or is it?
No, it's on the outskirts of the Black Marshes.
Okay, outskirts of Black Marshes. Is it like on a hillside, or where is this that you recollect?
No, it's built just on the outskirts of the marshes. It's in a wooded area.
Okay, it's a structure?
It's what is it, a town or a village? Town.
Okay, alright. Okay. We're requesting that in a not desolate, but a not obvious area where people can see a lot. I don't know what area around the little town that you've been in. Remote, I guess, along the side, that we want to activate a portal. Wherever you think is a remote spot next to that town, we would give you the ability to do that with your mind.
Literally
Envision it, and then use this device and make a portal with it, and then we can all go through it, because you're the only one with that mind knowledge of that location. We do not. That will get us close to the destination we wish to go to down in the swamps. And then we would reopen the portal and send you back to where you are here. So that way you can be back where you started from. But you give us the knowledge and advantage to being at the swamps where we've never been before for this device to work. So we're just asking for a favor.
Yeah, I suppose.
And a new experience.
Well, I just never thought I'd find myself going back there, but
Short term. And we're very glad you have been. I don't know what your experience is if you were that glad while you were there. But we don't want you flashing back. But
Did you ask him if he knows what bloodroot looks like?
Do you know what bloodroot looks like?
sure.
it's
Oh, he does know.
It's hard to put into words. Do you have a pencil
It's-
and some parchment?
it grows only in the deepest parts of the black marshes.
The deepest part.
It looks like a root, as it is called, bloodroot, and it is
a carrot.
not brown, but
Red.
pure black. The reason they call it bloodroot is because when you cut it, the inside looks almost as if you're looking into bone marrow. It's red,
Looks
and
spongy,
everything
but
that
isn't.
anything that comes out of it looks and resembles blood, even though it is not, as if the plant itself is bleeding.
Did they put this in salads?
No, not to my knowledge.
Is it that rare?
No, just not many like to venture deep into the black marshes.
Because other than danger, what are the particular dangers that are in that vicinity that you can recall?
There are many different type of creatures that call the marshes home, and there are many there's no want for mysterious stories from those that venture into the marshes and happen to make their way back. Strange appearances, disappearances, creatures of mysterious creatures unknown being seen.
Even unknown to the locals?
Yes.
Oh, so it really hasn't been explored per se because it's so dangerous.
For the most part, yeah. Only the bravest or most
Resilient.
no, the most
Ignorant.
experienced will venture deeper into the marshes.
Okay. So you didn't go deep, but you were on the fringe? I don't mean
I
to
never
pry.
ventured deep into the marshes.
Okay, alright. But you did encounter bloodroot.
In passing, not in the wild.
Oh, so you never saw it in the swamps?
No.
So you can buy it.
Yeah. Can you buy it over at Ethan Zero?
If you can find someone willing to sell it,
Why wouldn't they want to sell it?
it's a rare commodity.
Well, for the right price, they would sell it.
If you ventured into the deepest parts of the marshes and retrieved such a thing, would you want to be rid of it?
I don't
How much would
know.
you ask for it?
Why would I go get it if I'm not going to sell it?
Perhaps you need it for something. Why do you want it?
To consume it?
For a salad.
For salad. It goes with the turnips.
Kind of gives you a look like
Culture.
you're doing this for a salad.
It's exotic.
How did you even hear of this?
Books.
Well, who am I to tell you how to live your life and how to spend it?
Well, I mean, you could always spread some of your knowledge. There's no problem with that.
As I said, I never ventured deep into the marshes, so I do not have much knowledge.
Did you encounter like those Velopians when the city was attacked?
Very rarely. They live, or mostly on the edges of the inner portions.
The edge of the
marsh.
inner.
Yes.
So it's right before the center.
It's kind of like just overlapping that line.
Okay. There's a transition.
They're not on the
area.
the outer border of it. They're more towards the inner part of the marshes, but they're not. The farther in you go, the more dangerous it gets.
It's like a target. You hit the different numbers going in.
Yeah.
I understand. We're number 20, going to the 30s. Okay. That's very wise, and we will take heed to that suggestion. It is very important for us. But yes, for you, even to get us to that starting point is what we're requesting. So, like I said, I think we'll do this. Is tomorrow fine in the morning?
Fine.
Okay. When is before training time?
The training is at first light, so
Okay. This is paid night ops. Okay. What about 6?
You can come later in the morning too. I mean, it's not gonna take that long
No.
for
it
him
won't.
just to
No. Won't.
port you there and then for you to port him back.
Yep.
So he's not gonna be gone that long.
Okay.
He'd be like,
We
all right,
could
take
do
a
it now.
5-minute break. 5-minute reprieve.
Oh, you mean tonight? Yeah, he doesn't want to stay overnight there, and then wait till midnight and then send him back.
No. He does it. We touch grass, and then we just walk right back through because it's still there, and then we take it off.
But he has to activate it.
He's saying why doesn't he open the portal?
Yep.
One of you can walk through and then walk back now. Then you can go whenever you want to,
Right.
because one of you has been there.
Or
Like if
we
you
all
want to
walk
make
through.
I
it
see
say
what you're
tonight,
saying.
Either
then
way.
you can
You're
go
not
to
talking about the
Kingsford.
device. You're just talking about that you
Yeah, or like
experienced it.
you
I
and
understand.
he
Because
walks
then you
through.
can go
He
to
keeps it
Kingsford or
on, and
wherever
just
you
walk
want
right
to go
back.
the rest of the day.
Is that
and
what
then decide
Raylock's
to go
saying?
whenever.
Raylock is saying this.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Wow, that's a kingly thought. I'm really impressed.
Put another jewel in a crown. No.
Wow, now like David and Goliath. All right.
Pop one up there for you.
That's a
the
very good
short
idea. I
one.
didn't
If,
think
Swing
of
it
if
that.
up
it's not
there.
an inconvenience for
Yeah.
him to do it now,
It's the
Yeah,
biggest
it'll only be a minute.
inconvenience.
I'm not busy right now.
there you go.
Okay, let's do it.
It's so inconvenient. I just.
All right, just sign these papers, a disclaimer and rules of engagement, and then
You are responsible for everything. I
mean,
am
I think-
responsible for nothing.
I think it'd be nice if someone
Yeah.
like he went, and someone went with him, and then he could maybe point out a couple things, and then you just come back. Then you have at least more knowledge of than
Like
I
in
touched
town.
this grass.
Right. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You want to do that?
Well, I think you should because you've been the one who's mostly been using the portal. So
Well, yes, but you're very insightful, and you also have a high vantage point. This is me. That is you. Me. You. Me.
well, I think the person who uses the portal all the time should have all the locations.
Okay.
I think that would be better.
I'm not here to force you, my friend. Okay. All right. All right. Then 2 Twiglets will will have the experience then.
Okay. It does take time for him to bond with it.
Yeah.
So
So it took a half an hour.
Sorry.
Does that inconvenience him?
It reminds me of somebody with a helmet trying to figure out how to work a helmet.
but you walk him through how
Yeah.
to use it, and
Yeah.
then he eventually, whenever he's good to go with it,
Mhm.
opens it and
Okay.
opens the portal, and
Okay, we only have a minute, so
Is he going with you?
yeah.
Okay. You walk through, you find yourself on the outskirts of a village with swampy ground. You find yourself in the middle of a road. Not really anybody walking on the road, but you look around and it's. I don't know how to describe the trees, but it would be kind of like jungle-ish, but like more swampy, if that makes sense. Like vines coming down and all that kind of stuff. The road that you are on is dirt, and then goes from the level that you are and kind of like leads up, and it looks like it's man-made, like pushed up, because like 10 feet from you towards the town is just bog and marsh land that you see. And the town
So
is
the road
built
is
up
built
on
up.
like stilts
Okay.
that
Okay.
almost look like porch, like you just see posts
Yeah.
sticking up out of the ground. And for you, I mean, you can just look through and you just see, planks just going down along, like looking,
Do I see?
being underneath a pier, kind of
kind
like,
of rifting.
yeah.
Is there a
Okay.
lot of bugs and stuff, or? I mean, swampy area, so do I?
Mm-hmm. Yep. You do hear that. You hear like the cicada type sound and that sort of thing.
Make it stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, that's pretty good, Sid. I do appreciate
The town itself, the buildings, it's not. It looks what you would probably imagine Orenstead would have looked like before it got burned down. Like, not super, super fancy, but okay to like live in. Almost like you're in like a fishing village type deal.
it. All right. Do we get a glimpse of a humanoid or somebody?
Yeah, there's people walking around. You see, like, going up. There's the road that leads up, and then it leads onto planks of wood that are going up, and then there's an arch. And you see Weaver's Fen labeled.
Oh, is that on our map?
Yes, it is on the Ifazera map.
Okay. Oh, is that a port place? It's inland.
It is inland. On land. Inland. Off to the side, to your right, you see water that is actually coming from a river
It's glorious.
that leads into the marshes.
Do we see any boats? Canoes?
No. Well, I mean, you see boats, not like ships, but like several man type boats. Not quite canoe, but that size, but they're like wider.
Like a john boat, flat boat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's people like throwing nets and stuff like that, and out in the river part of it. But you see, like, the river is it's a pretty lazy moving river, and then it moves into the marshes, and then it just gunks all up.
Okay. All right. Get their mud puppies. All right.
So is the marsh kind of moving, or is it stationary?
Stationary.
It only moves when you step in it, and then it attacks.
Yeah, and you see, like, looking at the river, you can see like ripples, like from where it meets the marsh. There's like ripples that come out going the opposite direction of the flow that the river is, just from it hitting that stillness.
Okay.
Okay, Weaver's Fen. Okay.
Yep. If you look at your map, it's down here. There's the Black Marshes, and it's kind of right there at the top,
Yeah, I see.
right by where the river comes down and hits.
Yeah. In the middle is right below the K in the C.
Hmm.
The center of the marsh, the Black Marshes.
Yeah,
Right below
right
the
around in there. Yep.
Yeah, K and C. Which is about a 2-hour walk.
Right.
Okay. Next to the Black Forest. They have good chocolate there. Okay. All right. So we'll pop back in. We don't have time to check out the sites. The deed was done.
So you return.
Yeah. Well, thank you again.
Takes off the gauntlet, gives it back to
Yeah.
you.
Very good. Appreciate that. Get my +4 back out. Okay. All right.
It was that good.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it until I got it back.
Thought I felt some power from it.
You did. Okay. But yeah, thank you very much. And hey, someday maybe you and I could spar. You know, from twiglet to twiglet.
Maybe.
Show me some moves.
Well, I showed some to this one. Sure, I can teach you a thing or two.
I mean, show.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Teach us an
I
officer.
probably should get back to
Duty.
training
Yes.
these trainees.
What level are they at right now, time-wise? Investment of training time.
I mean, they weren't around whenever you guys joined.
So they're pretty new. Okay. All right. All right. Again, thank you, Sid, and be safe.
You as well.
Well, it's a gooder day. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we got that out of the way, and there's no more charges.
Yep.
But yet we have the insight. That was a very good thought.
Yeah, so now we have 3 charges for whenever we decide to go there.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Instead of using 2 charges just to get there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, to send him back. That was important. No, we don't need him. He's not the missing link anymore. Okay.
I am the missing link.
Stepped into that one, didn't I? Okay.
Right in it.
So we are going to. What are we gonna do now? Now we got that out of the way.
There's going to Genie's to pick up that stuff, and then heading to Kingsford to get a contract.
First, I think we're gonna take a break and have some lunch.
That too. I mean, you can eat lunch here at the guild too, so you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah, we can. They do have a lot of stuff on that spread of table. All right. But we need to go to Jeannie and tell her. Of course, you want lunch now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We let's take a break here before we jump into that, and then
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But in game.
Take a.
oh, I got that.
We
We'll
can
take a break,
break.
and then we'll pick up with you guys going to Genie's and getting what you need there. guys are at Common Solutions, seeing Genie to get the potions that Sibble had ordered while you guys were away investigating the portals.
And we also would like to mention to her that we put her name into Zathras to talk about, to give her more security in business with the guild, and to let her know that he's looking into putting protection outside of her store to make sure that no further aggression because of her finances would find her.
Well, I appreciate that.
Well, you're a valued person to us.
Well, I'm just glad that I came across your group whenever all that, however long it's been, on the way back in Morningdale. You guys have definitely saved my skin a few times.
We're in the
I'm
business of
grateful
that.
for it. I'm grateful for any business that is given, so every little bit helps.
You just keep doing your part, and
Gotta make that money.
if you need any help, you just help.
We'll do that. Here's the things that she ordered, and hopefully everything's. I tried to follow the instructions and everything to the note, but hopefully it works out well and does what it's supposed to.
Yeah, we don't know the full timing of when it does do its work, of how it'll turn out also. We haven't witnessed what it's done in the past. So whatever happens is it's an adventure also. So we're just glad you were able to do your part.
Did you guys need any extra things besides these?
We haven't used anything out of the ordinary lately. We're still
That we know of.
loaded for bear.
2 bears.
2 bears. She's a double bear.
Okay. Well, if you need anything,
Double
I'm
barreled,
here,
you
know
could
where to
say.
find me.
Okay, great, we appreciate it.
Second cup of coffee.
Well, have a good day.
You as well.
All right. Now for our dead zone time. Sibble would get a hold of, I think he wrote his name down. Galparas. Yes. And give him a heads up that we're on our way.
Hey, we're coming.
We're in the driveway.
We try to be consistent.
We're in
We're on-
transit.
We're on your front step.
Somebody's knocking at your door.
Your package is on the doorstep.
Hey, we're gonna be coming to visit you. Oh, when's that?
Hey, did you answer your door? What?
Knock, knock.
Actually, don't we just pop up next to his chair?
Yeah, in his office.
Yeah, in his office.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana? No.
What's his name again?
Galturus.
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 Galterus, I believe.
I got it written down here too. What's recent? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? What's recent?
Galturus.
You wrote it down. Remember? I can see it in my head. Where is it on my page?
Galturus. Ethazera Gilby.
I don't see
US.
it, but I knew I wrote it.
Galterus.
Terus. E-I-E-I-O. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we will give them a heads up and tell them we're on our way.
Okay. How long are you waiting before you decide to pop in?
It's still early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say right away.
Okay.
I don't see anything holding us at King's
Give
Harbor.
it a
You
few
guys-
moments and then.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That way we know he's. he mentally doesn't answer, or would he just say, "Oh, I'm eating right now. Yeah, just pop in and then."
No, it's basically just says, "Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up."
Okay. All right. It's cool. All right. So we'll use the stone.
I mean, it's mainly just so that he's not like in the middle of like having a meeting with someone
Right.
in his office, and all of a sudden just like, everybody's like,
Yeah.
"Are you expecting company?"
Yeah, I'm now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'd like to pop in, and then now he has a special place where people go on to sign up for missions, a board or.
You can ask him directly to see if there's anything, or you can ask or ask around and see who you need to.
Well, if
speak
he's right
with.
there in the office and we pop in, we're definitely going to ask him directly.
Well, as you pop in, you pop into the office and he's not present. But then, as you go to exit the office, he is walking down the
Okay.
hallway there to come to the office.
Does he have a title other than Galadrius?
Gulpers?
Galters, yeah. Galadriel.
What do you mean by title?
Well, I mean like Grand Poobah or
He is, I believe,
You,
referred
Poobah,
to as
the grand one.
the elder of the Slayers Guild.
Ah, yeah, but that doesn't sound. Hey, elder. Yo.
Old guy.
So it was Galters. Galters.
Yes.
Okay.
What that refers to and why he is
Yeah.
referred to as the elder is unknown.
So it means absolutely nothing.
It's a made up title.
Makes him feel.
Yeah.
Well, Zephyr seemed to think it was important.
Yeah, he's a suck up. So that's fine.
Yeah, to the elder.
Yeah, to the elder. Sure. Okay. All right, we see him
This was all said in front of him.
No.
Okay.
not yet. Because we did tell him when we were doing the sending stone why we were coming. We would give him
You
a
did?
heads up
Oh.
why we're popping in,
Oh, okay.
so that way.
I didn't know that, but sure. I mean,
Yeah.
that could be part of it too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Sure.
Okay. Since we're being cordial. All right. So we pop out the doorway and we see
Him coming down the hallway.
him. I don't know why I can't say his name. Galterus.
There you
Okay. All right. Galterus. Hi, this is Kindred. As we pile out of the room. Is your bear with us?
go. Assume so.
Bear boy's with us, right?
Yes.
Oak.
In the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question is, are we double barreled? Is the other bear in the room?
No.
Alright, we're not double barreled.
No, we're not.
And we don't have Isaac.
No, the triple bear.
That'd be a triple bear.
Hat trick. All right.
Surprisingly, the second bear doesn't shed.
Yeah. Why is that?
Or the third bear. First one does.
Yeah, I prefer the other ones.
What?
The shedding bear thing.
Nothing. All I have to do is look over and you're
Yeah.
like, huh? What? What I missed?
Activate. Okay.
P computing.
Recalibrating.
Yes, Galtrus, we were seeing also now that we're here if there are any missions that are down towards the Black Marshes in the direction where we're looking for our blood group.
Well, we have a couple open contracts right now that are available for the taking. I know you said about the marshes, but I'll let you in on these three anyway, and you can decide if that's which of them you want to take. The first is in the Wild Plains. It is a rongus that has been sighted and has been causing issues
It's on the other side.
for the surrounding area. The second that we have available is in the Wildlands. You would be hunting a Draco Rex.
That sounds terrifying. Okay.
It is a bipedal wyvern monster with a extendable, though pretty useless set of wings. It has short black proto feathers running from the base of its neck to the tip of its tail, and it uses a unique organ in its throat to exude
Tail.
fire from its
Oh.
mouth.
Alright. This is the wildlands.
And the next is a Nisog, which is a large carnivorous frog-like creature that is able to supposedly hypnotize its prey. And this one is located in the Black Marshes.
Is it hypnotized or mesmerized?
Hypnotize, memorize, mesmerize.
Okay, what's the name of this frog?
Nisog.
Spell
Nesog.
Nesog. Good,
Can
because from over
pronounce
here I thought it
name.
was an L.
Nasog.
Nasog.
I know, never going through the marshes, but like, come on, that's fire breathing through the bird. Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's the wildlands, which is on the other side of the river.
But it sounds so cool.
It sounds really hot. Nasog.
I bought this ring of fire resistance.
Yeah. Who else has resistance to
I
fire?
think that sounds like so much fun. I really want to do that.
Raylog, do you have fire resistance?
When fears, yeah.
Well, yeah, you have some resistance.
It's negation. I don't think it's resistance. I think it's
He has a certain amount off
Yeah,
it.
it's negation.
It's not half.
yeah.
It's just point.
Right, it's not half.
Right.
Yes, it's
So
points.
negation.
Okay. So then,
I could lend you my amulet for the fight if you want.
Oh, there you go. She can give you an
I'm gonna say
amulet in
somebody
the time.
has something fire related.
Yeah, I have an amulet.
Yeah, somebody has a absorbing one.
That, well, she does. It absorbs it and then she can throw it
Yeah.
back out.
Yeah.
What do you have, Cara?
For damage negation?
For
do you
fire?
have anything fire related that
Or do you
is,
just take it
fire?
because you're who you are?
protecting you from fire?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't remember anything.
No, you just take it.
No.
You
Every
just-
time fire comes up, I'm like, I have Medallion of Cold, which you think would protect against fire, but it does not. It protects
You need a
against
medallion of
cold.
fire.
Somebody has that. I don't, but somebody did. Unless we left
right.
it behind
Well,
in the
as a group,
mountains.
we're here talking to Gultrus, and we have these three choices: the Rongus, the Drake Rex, or the Nasog. And the Nasog is in the direction where we're going, and the Fire Breather is cool, but he's on the other side. And so is the
How
Rongus.
easy is it to bring the party somewhere else? You just mention a cool monster in the opposite direction.
No, I say,
Angle that chair.
I say we go
Guys, we need to go to the Black Marshes. Draco
Nasog.
Rex
Yeah.
really sounds cool.
Black Marshes.
We can always go back.
Creature
After we get your
place,
blood root.
Creature place. Creature place.
Now this blood root is for McClure, right?
Yes.
Ooh, your voice has changed. Our future servant.
Yes, it's part of the cure.
Yes.
but Sibble doesn't do that for
Mhm.
her.
Not
She-
for her.
She just got that from
This is
Genie
a
John.
component for the cure for Valen.
Okay, so they're a little different each. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Sibble has everything that she needs for hers, but she's also searching for something to cure McClure because he doesn't want to be what he is.
while he's in prison. For now. Okay, we have plans for him. Anyways, so we go after Frog Boy because he's in the area, and then later on we could, if we want to do the Drake, we can do the Drake.
I think that's towards you, Kim.
How long do you think it's gonna take to get there? Just wondering from the town, like how far away is it actually? Just to see if it's within our time frame.
Well, right now we're in Kingsford.
Right. I mean, from the other town, at
Oh.
the marsh. Because we could trek through the marsh and go to wherever we need to go. I just don't know how long that's gonna take.
It's gonna take a couple days
As
just to
cool
get.
as it sounds, I wanna make sure it's feasible for our time frame.
No, it's not. Well, neither of these are feasible if it comes to waiting for you to go to the Badlands. We don't have enough time.
Oh, I don't mean like tomorrow. I mean, since we have like a week and a half.
Oh, I see what you're
before
saying.
they
All right, okay,
get there.
right,
I'm talking about long term.
okay.
But before we actually decide on it, just like I
Yeah.
want to.
How far in the
we actually
wildlands
do
do we have to go? I mean, this is a big chunk of a corner
it. Yeah,
of
can
the.
you say where?
You're tasked with tracking one down and killing it.
Oh,
This is more
Okay.
of somebody wanting components from this
I
creature.
see.
So you are being
That would
tasked
be
with hunting
cool,
it down
though.
and retrieving it.
Tara's a great tracker, aren't you? Right.
I don't think she heard you.
Could be for.
She's smiling.
It could be somebody wants something just as a souvenir. Could be that somebody wants something for
Well,
yeah,
experiments.
but-
or
but how-
study.
Tracker.
How condensed is this area with those types of creatures?
The Wildlands is known to be host to a number of
Sure.
deadly, we would consider dinosaur type creatures. So it could be something that you run across rather quickly, or it could be something where you spend a couple days there tracking one
Okay.
down.
Oh, we fly fastest to look for. Okay.
Well, it's gonna take us a while to even get there, so
Yep.
I don't know if that's possible for our timeline. We might
I-
have to go with the hypnotic frog,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
sadness.
Let's do the
I really
Naysog.
looked into the flying dinosaur firebird.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
All right.
You
So.
don't go there sometimes for monkeys.
All right.
Yes, I do have a mini for that. It's not painted though. And I have a
Um.
mini for the frog too. It's
So.
almost painted.
So we want to know what the conditions are for the Naysog.
Well, let me. He goes into the office and grabs the paperwork for.
We
the,
could have picked it up. We were just in the office. Imagine that.
Paperwork? What paperwork?
Yeah, he has it in a locked drawer in the office.
It doesn't have to stay long.
There's not that much of a paper shortage.
I got my pics.
Tornifying, you feel your head splitting and feels like your head's just.
Bad
Might
bark.
be a tumor up there. I don't know.
Infestation.
He's part birch. He's peeling.
Okay.
They. Specifically.
We have to find a whole brew of them, put them in a cage, and send them to Praxis.
They want the eyes, the two dominant eyes on the frog.
Dominant eyes? What do you mean two dominant eyes? They only have two eyes.
Have you ever seen a Nasog before?
Not up close.
You'll know the dominant eyes when you see them.
The periscope.
Or maybe you won't remember, I don't know. They're both dominant eyes, undamaged if possible.
Unspoiled.
Unspoiled. Several of the back spines and several of the teeth as well, along with its tongue.
A tongue.
Its tongue.
Its tongue. So you're saying you're lucky just to get rid of one? I mean, if we bring more than one tongue, that's too much tongue.
I mean, if you take out multiple, I mean, that's up to you.
That's what I mean. You're just happy to get rid of one, you're saying. Because amount of spines,
I think he wants souvenirs.
one set of, a souvenir from one of them, that's what I mean. Because that's ample enough.
A set of dominant eyes, several back spines,
Yeah, that's from
a
one.
few teeth,
That's from one.
and the tongue.
That's from one. That's what I'm saying. So all we really do is get one, because there's only two dominant eyes. There's multiple spines, multiple teeth, and a tongue. So that sounds like one to me. Okay. Could it be one this size? Do they have dominant eyes, spines?
Galtar
teeth?
kind of looks at you.
I don't know how big these frogs are. You said frog.
If you can find one that small, you are very lucky.
He looks pretty big to me. Being 17 inches.
So when he says multiple spines, does he mean multiple vertebrae?
Would you like to see what these frogs look like?
Wow, that'd be awesome. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so he
Thank you.
goes over to his shelf, pulls out a book, flips through it,
He's gonna show us a picture.
puts it down on the desk. You see a frog that's reminiscent of
A tree
what
frog.
you would think of whenever it comes to a frog, except in its mouth you see not just smooth lips, but there are jagged teeth
Fangs.
all along the top and bottom, and you see this long tongue that spits out or comes out and forms almost like an arrow tip at the very end of it, and then you see two big dominant eyes, what you would assume from a frog, and then you see these big spines protruding out of its back that almost look like bone spines that come out from its back, and there's a few that come out from its arms as well. Pretty large looking. As you look down through the page there, it mentions about them growing to, I don't think I have it written down, but they are large to the point where when they are adults and they give birth to young, that the young itself are like medium-sized creatures.
Teacher, they don't lay eggs.
Amphibians? Yeah.
Frog's legs.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it sounded like when they give birth. It sounded
Well,
like
when they lay
pop
the
one
eggs
out.
and whenever the eggs are hatched,
All right. Just
they are medium-sized creatures.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So how big are the eggs then? Are they,
Medium-sized creatures, like a
Ostrich?
dwarf or human-sized.
that's as big as the egg?
When an adult lays an egg, they're about that size.
Do they lay a egg or a brew of eggs?
It ranges. Sometimes only one. Sometimes
Like a chicken.
like a half a dozen or so.
Okay.
I mean, if
Not
they're
any
that
bigger
big,
than
do
that.
we have a plan on how to get any of this stuff back?
I would, for us, we could do it with a portal. Just carry it through the portal and drop it off in his office. We're good.
I'm sure he would love that.
Oh yeah, custom.
I would ask that you not drop it off in my office.
Yeah. So, do we? Is there a staging area around here? You know, there's a training ground or whatever.
There's a
Gymnasium,
training area, yes.
a lawn area.
We would supply you with the proper holding for something this large.
I'm
for
the
materials.
person who is requesting this. They request it to brought back here and they pick it up, or we
yes,
take.
yes. We always bring it back to the guild. And
Okay.
then we will.
So whatever staging area that for retreat to put it at is all we need to know. Okay. So if you have a warehouse or wherever you want to stick it in, a holding cell, then
I don't so much care where you bring it back to, just not to my office. As I said,
Okay, yeah.
you will be
Nice.
provided with the proper holding for
Facility.
carrying and bringing these things back.
Yeah. All right, that'll be fine. I was joking about your office. It's a sanctuary.
Okay, sweet, thanks.
Yeah. Oh, what's the payout for this?
Flips through the contract.
Survival.
You live, that's enough of a payment, yay!
35,000 is what they are paying for this.
Mm.
I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah. That I guess that sounds cool. Divided by two survivors. Does this description of this NASA, does this have the frequency that it often does? Does it swallow prey?
You're scarred. I love it.
Yeah. The
I could
description-
fight it from the
description
inside.
The description that is given in the book
Yeah.
is that the frog is prone to either ambushing or hypnotizing or mesmerizing its prey before essentially swallowing it.
So it likes its prey incapacitated to a level,
Oh, it makes it easy.
so it doesn't struggle.
Sure.
That
Likes it fresh.
okay, all right. You said the primary eyes. Does that mean there's other eyes on there? I saw spines and stuff, but I didn't in the picture. I didn't notice like maybe like 3 or 4 smaller eyes that might during a combat be able to know where people were and try to mesmerize them, or is it just still has only 2? It says primary eyes. It sounds like there's more than one set of eyes.
It does.
I believe it only has just the 2. Believe.
You believe?
Yes.
Okay, and his big puppy dog eyes causes this effect on people to mesmerize.
Yes, and what they are also described to have vision almost in 360.
Oh, well, that's all right. We got someone who has vision like a 360 too.
So
What?
What?
No, I missed it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll take the. Is there a time frame for this?
no payment is on delivery, so
How long has this been on the books?
only a few days.
Okay, so it's still fresh. Okay. All right, we'll pick that one up then. All right. Well, thank you very much for letting us sort through that. Okay, to the group. Where are we going now? We have what we need for when we go on this mission. Is this the now time that we would go and let you be dropped off to the Badlands?
It's still the same day.
Well, we don't have time to do this.
She's really dragging her feet this time. What can I say? She wants to go, but she doesn't want to go.
Look, I don't actually like camping. Okay? If I
love
have
the
one more
fact-
nice night in a bed, I'm
got
gonna
really
take it.
I love the fact that we're planning on just dropping Sibble off and having her go wild in some random space.
See you next time.
Like, how are we ever going to find her afterwards?
Well, it's easy. We talk to her.
Where are you at? I don't know. The Baron Rock looks the same as the other Baron Rock.
So
There's
use
not
your-
much of landmarks around here.
So use your
Pop
stone,
reeds
pop up
sticking
where
up.
she goes. So, assuming she still has them.
Attach one of those
You know,
flags.
Assuming she still has them.
Guys, you know what we can do tonight?
Who knows what she does when she goes wild? She might transform and then go running off somewhere and leave all of her stuff,
Or
miles and miles.
she
away.
might not go
Holding
wildly.
onto
We
their
can sleep
baby
in
as
our
it crawls
house
around the
tonight.
house so they can find
Mhm.
something.
Okay. So what are you
Something
saying? We can start going down to the,
You get the blood root.
well, yeah, but we're at Kingsford.
Yeah. You guys can see the basement tonight.
Ooh.
The same day?
Yeah, we haven't been down to the bottom of our
You don't
house.
understand yet. We can go. Oh, and you guys can see the dragon. Why not make it a big party?
Yes, we haven't even seen the.
Like,
Have you guys seen the
last night,
dragon?
You haven't seen the dragon. You haven't seen the basement. We can do it tonight.
You've been with us the entire time, so you know what we've
Milton! Milton? Who's Milton? Milton! He's been with us the whole time!
Yeah.
Oh, that Milton!
Yeah.
Milton!
I mean, we have a little time. We haven't been able to.
Oh,
Go
poor
close.
guy.
It's barely like 3 p.m. We can go in the house. We can have Colin make us food.
We haven't seen
Colin's a
Colin
really
in a
good
long
chef, you
time.
guys.
Fine.
I haven't even tried to look at a bed in the house.
I'm just saying,
Fine.
beds are really nice.
We don't know what's hidden under the mattresses.
It's not Fester's bed.
You never
Yeah,
know.
I'll show
There
you
could be
all
money
the
stuck
So is-
inside
dead
one of them.
people's skulls in
Is
our
this the day
basement.
you went over to the where the blood root is and then came back, or is this the next day?
Same day.
Same
Same
day.
day.
Okay.
Same day you talk to
We-
the dwarf.
we
Same
can't-
day the trial.
We don't
was.
have any more charges.
But
Correct.
we have the stone to go back to Morningdale.
Yes, we can go to Morningdale.
Fine.
Thank goodness for those stones.
That someone skied from an old ancient library that no one else used.
Yeah. Alright guys, let's go.
Who knows how many people have gone there looking for that? Man, I'm pretty sure I left. My great grandfather said he left a stone
Yeah,
here.
well,
And it ain't here!
possession is 90% of owners.
Who would do such a thing?
All right, yeah, let's go to Morningdale and surprise Derek the D-Man too.
Yeah.
You can see
If
Derek
you
in a
want
coon's
it, you can
age.
talk to McClure yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Since
We-
you've been asking me all the
we-
questions about
we can-
there's no point.
Yeah, we can bring him a card and some balloons.
Go for it. Oh, he likes, what was it, pie?
He likes pie.
Apple dumplings? What is apple dumplings?
Red apples.
Not keto.
Okay. I might skip
We'll
that
just
part of
go
the
for
tour.
an apple.
Okay. All right then. Hallelujah, the naysag here. All right, yeah. You guys up for that? Going back to Morningdale.
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to see what's going on in that basement. I haven't been down there yet.
Yeah.
We were trying to bust through that wall for the longest time, and all we needed was that knife. So,
Not necessarily.
from my point of view, that's all it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
From Sibbles?
To
No.
be fair,
Okay.
we needed Isaac's brain. I'm too not smart enough to solve riddles.
Well, that's what NPCs are here. They help us along.
Alright, so you guys are going back to Morningdale.
We're going back to
go
Morningdale.
through the town, show up at your wonderful house that you haven't been back to in
I
how
tell ya.
long?
I'm not even reminiscing. I have to get to know it
It's only been a
again.
couple weeks for me. But
Yeah, yeah. I remember that window up there when we went through and climbed
Snuck
through.
into the
Yeah,
office.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, welcome
my.
back, guys.
Well, we don't have those stinking guards trying to find us in between the house and there. Okay.
There you go.
So we're going directly to the basement?
Yeah, let's go to the basement. Let's cut to the chase. What's going on?
So
What
go
ugly
to
paintings are there?
the root cellar entrance and go down. Come to the cement wall that you guys came to before.
Impassable.
Sibble in the head of the group, and you watch as you approach the door. You see an outline form on the door, the dimension of an actual door on the wall, and the light kind of brightens and then dims and then
Speak friend and enter. Those were
opens up.
simpler days.
You guys head down, and you find yourself in a circular room with portraits around the walls of different individuals.
Are they human?
No.
No.
Any human?
I don't believe
Most
so.
human
I'm going off of
have
memory right now because I don't have all those notes.
I'm pretty sure it's Belmont, and they're all Belmont.
They're all Belmont?
You just see a bunch of moon elves
So, not really.
with white hair, very similar to Sibble's hair, only elf, full elf, not half elf. And there's like a walkway that goes around the whole outside of the wall, around these portraits, but then there's just this massive hole in the middle that goes down, and where you come in at, there's a section where the railing breaks off, and then there's stairs that go down and
Spiral?
and as you walk down the spiral staircase, you end up going down for, I forget what the amount is, but you see different insignias on the wall, reminiscent of the Belmont crest that you guys have seen several times, and then come into a wide open room that has a lower tier and an upper tier, and you are on the upper tier that has
We're on the balcony.
has like a balcony that kind of goes around the side there and then goes to the opposite side. Pretty massive chamber that you're in.
What's lighting it?
It's dim torchlight.
Who's keeping the torches going?
Probably Derek, because he was down here before.
Okay, so he's maintenancing it. Okay, alright.
Down in the lower part, you see you see at least one section. I don't remember if it's actually no. The lower part's all library, if I remember correctly.
No boy, it's a torture room.
On both sides, it's just rows and rows of books, I believe.
Sibble, have you read these books?
I just read through as many as you could. I read a couple, but not all of them.
I've noticed he's changed.
There is a staircase that goes down where you come in at. There's a set of stairs there that go down
More steps.
to the bottom level, as well as stairs that go down farther around the outside
Okay,
walls there.
So this is where the catacombs are, down here.
No. You also notice hanging
Uh-oh.
in I don't remember if it's his main room.
That'd be the first one.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the main room that you
Just
see
saying.
here. Oh no, it's in a different room. So on the second level, there's two rooms, I believe, on the right, and then there's two rooms on the left. And then the bottom is just like more of a library study type area with, in the center there is
Is there a couch?
like kind of like a podium type deal that has like a large book that kind of like notates everything that's in there record wise. But there are different areas there in the library rows where there's benches and chairs and whatnot where you can chill and read something.
Does it smell damp down here?
It's musty.
Okay. So what are in these rooms?
Depends on which room you go into. One is kind of like a training area. One has a
Training?
bunch of sculptures in it, I believe. And then the other one has a bunch of display cases.
Ooh, what's in a
I'm
display
trying
case?
to remember what the other one is.
Artifacts? Like fingers?
I think there was an alchemist lab.
Yes, Alchemist Lab.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
much more functional. Is there books and stuff about alchemy in there? I mean,
There would
I
be
have alchemy.
there would be at least like a bookshelf or two that has books in there.
Ooh, I want to check it out. I mean, we don't spend time, but I mean, that's something I want to check out.
Okay.
Alchemy. So,
In the display case room is all manner of different types of skulls and bones.
Well, your
of
family's
different types
morbid.
of creatures.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also in this room see something hanging from the ceiling that would reminiscent of what we would consider a T-Rex, a skeleton hanging from the ceiling, only without legs.
there's no wings on it?
No, it's just like the tail, the chest cavity,
Yeah.
and then the neck, and then the skull. That's
It's like
hanging
going
from
into a
it.
museum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, yeah, it's kind of like going into
Okay.
a museum with all the display cases.
Okay, that's neat. Hey, what's going on in the sparring room?
It has some weapon racks and some racks there for like armor and whatnot, and it's just like a sand pit.
Sybil, have you checked to see if any of this stuff is empowered?
There's no weapons.
I'm
in
pretty
there.
sure I did.
Okay.
I don't think there was any weapons.
Well, actually, your weapon can just be that way for an hour. Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't any weapons or armor or anything like that.
Okay.
Anything that was of importance or value that they would have picked up when they were in here.
Of course. Okay. So, does your dad know anything about this place, Sybil?
I
Oh, you didn't mention it to
don't know.
him?
I don't think I specifically asked about the room.
Oh, so this is our lair, huh? Okay.
Sure.
What other ways is there, like, to get into here? You need to be you, or the weapon that you have with the dragon, or what?
I think it's the dragon and the password as far as I know.
Or maybe it's just the password.
I don't know. Is it the dragon and the password, or is it just a password to you?
You've never tested it. You don't know.
Oh, you need to test
Well,
it.
we can go out now, I guess. I mean, we can figure it
Alright,
out.
another 10 minutes, wolfing it up.
It's just the password.
Just the password. What's
Now
the name of
that
the
this is
password?
now
When
that
we're
the
done
sword has
roaming
been-
around in here, and we go back upstairs, we'll test it out.
Alright.
Now that the sword has been
Broke the
used,
seal.
the key has been used to unlock it. Now
Okay.
then you just need the password.
What's the password?
Well, there you go. You just need the password.
Which it?
The password.
Which is?
Judge.
Judge.
That was the answer to the riddle on the door.
Yeah, that's really
A judge.
You have to say it in a certain language.
Wow, you're making a thing.
It wouldn't be elf.
Scanning.
What languages do you know, Sybil? I forgot.
Languages?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi,
Let
Elvin.
me meander over to my character sheet real quick.
Well, you know Common. Hi,
Yep,
Elf.
Common, High Elven, Sildarin, Royal Dwarven, and Orcish.
Yeah, it would be in High Elven, I believe it was. Because the riddle is in High Elven.
So she has to say judge and
Yeah.
okay.
I believe it was High Elven. It was
Just-
either High Elven or Sildarian.
Just say you're worthy. You're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
said,
passed
don't
that
have the-
other
I don't have
test.
those notes in front of me, so I'm trying to go off of that.
Does it matter how loud
I
they
mean,
say?
the recall stone was in High Elven, but
Yeah.
the paper that we found written, like, about the sword was in Sildarin, so it really could be either.
I
Compatible.
want to say the door was High Elven.
Mm-hmm. Accept.
So I don't remember.
Well, make your judgment.
I'm going to say High Elven.
Because I have it written down then.
Those of you that want to go back and look at the mini-series and figure out if I'm right or wrong and put in the comments section.
Oh, that might be so
Can
much
do
better.
that.
Yeah, it's time consuming. We'll just take it for this.
No, that's why you have the viewers go back and tell me whether I'm right or wrong in the comments section.
Oh,
Yeah, they're just crawling out of the
it's
woodwork
called
for that.
delegation.
Okay. Alright. Alright, let's, hey, why don't we go see if we can have an audience with the, dragon?
Oh yeah, he loves visitors.
Really?
I mean, he hasn't told me that he hates visitors. And he
Not
told
yet.
me he has like
Not
infinite
yet.
space for
The
visitors. So
absence.
What
it
can
sounds
we,
like he likes visitors.
what can we do when we're face to face with the dragon?
I don't know, dance a jig?
Does he like that?
I don't know, I've never done it.
Oh. So your suggestion wasn't based off of fact.
It was a joke.
Oh yes, of course it was. That was funny. Okay. We alright. Did anyone have a formulated question you want for the dragon before we see him? Like what his favorite color is?
Was he talk to you about his sisters?
I've never actually asked him his favorite color, so that's a good question.
Tell me about your family.
Good day.
Oh yeah! I didn't tell him about his sisters. You can tell him that.
Well, Raylog just mentioned about that. Maybe he wants to be.
Yeah, you can do that one.
Yeah. Remember her name?
Or
Oh, I
his
didn't-
name.
I didn't know if she did.
Whoever
No, she
remembers
didn't.
his name, you can tell him.
So you can do it.
It's okay, you can.
I had to find the name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could say, oh,
Well, they're all
Nephilim,
good
but that's
things,
the
all
wrong
good
person.
things.
There's Suna. Oh, there she is.
Oh, yeah.
Suna. Yes. Okay, my name is. So, alright. Oh, actually, before we do that, I want to use the sending stone. I want to talk to Suna. Oh, that's an awesome idea. Maybe they can talk to each other with the sending stone. Do you think
I don't know, maybe.
yeah, because if it's on us when we're in the mine, maybe we can have him use the sending stone and talk to his sister.
You could certainly try.
Yeah,
You can certainly try.
let's go for it. Okay, I'm gonna contact Suna first. I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let me turn the RF gain up because this is gonna be a long call. All right, hold
Do you need mine?
on. Zero in, triangulating. Get that stack up. There we go. No, I have 4 charges still on mine.
Okay. If you need it, just wave or something.
All right. If not, I'll use Isaac's. I use sleight of hand. I have his stone. All right. All right.
What is happening?
Torvine calling Suna. Suna, come in.
Sooner or later. Hopefully sooner.
How are you?
Actually, I'm doing better than I thought I would be right now. Hey, you've been adventuring out in the waters. How's it going for you?
Much has changed in my time alone. 'Tis different. I don't know whether it's better or worse.
Are you hurt?
No.
Do you miss purpose?
No.
I'm seeing if there's a way that I can connect you to your brother. I'm with my friend who has your brother who has been apparently in a sword, and we're about to see about talking to him. I didn't know if I could contact you with this device to talk directly between you and your brother.
It is there with you.
Yes. The sword is. I haven't gone to see your brother yet in the sword.
Okay.
I will try to give him the device when I'm in with him in the sword to see if he can connect to you.
All right.
Experiment. Hopefully good. Okay. See you in a bit, hopefully.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, let's see if we can do this, Sibble.
Okay. Everybody in a circle. More or less.
Kumbaya.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll be
Campfire.
in
Yeah.
contact. That's all. Alright, give me like a second. Second over.
Had a moment. Oh, can the bear go too?
Really?
I don't know if you can think about it.
Sibble, you touch the sword, and everybody else is gathered around you and has a hand on your shoulder, and you close your eyes and focus on the connection that you have with the sword. And you open your eyes and you're still in the whatever room you were in, your friend's still there. Nothing has changed. Torvine,
Mm-hmm.
you feel the stone, the sending stone,
Mm-hmm.
is starting to get warm.
Okay.
And without using blessings or detect empowerment, you can see the stone beginning to glow blue.
Okay.
It continues to get warmer and warmer to the point where it starts to feel almost like it's gonna get too hot to the point where it's gonna be uncomfortable, but then just stays at that temperature.
Okay. Well,
And then a few moments pass,
You know, it
and
might be work.
the light starts to dim down and it begins to cool off.
okay. Can I pick it up and see if I'm receiving a signal?
Sure. Nothing.
Okay. How about if I set the stone down and then try it again, Sibble?
Okay. Sure. You know, I think it might have worked. Let's see.
Alright, so she, once again, you guys round her, holding her shoulders, and she takes the sword and focuses on the connection that she has with it, and your eyes are closed, and you hear this like a little droplet falling in just a little water, like you're in a cave and you just hear that little.
Okay.
Open your eyes, and it is a sunny day, and it is like water as far as you can see, with just ripples coming out from your feet where you stand. And you're only in like quarter of inch of water maybe,
Someone needs to fix the plumbing. Yeah.
and it's like the sun is just above, like not a sunrise, but the full sun is over the horizon, and it's just like perpetually there on the horizon. And in front of you, you see a large, scaly, red and blue form, all curled up, and you hear,
God, he's sleeping. We can take his treasure. I want to ask Sibble a question.
Okay, shoot.
Do you have a sending stone?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Could you hand the sending stone to me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take it, okay?
Okay, here you go.
Okay, I pick. Does it get hot? Okay. Because something happened to mine. So I left it behind. But yours is here and it's active, so.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'll give it back to you. And then,
Okay.
is it okay if we wake the dragon or what's going on?
I don't know.
He's sleeping.
Hey, dragon.
you see him starting to rouse from sleep.
Good
Opens
morning.
his eyes. Young one, you have brought visitors.
And me without
Yeah.
a blanket.
Seems like a day full of visiting, it would seem.
She's been visiting by other people?
Oh, I had a chat with a long lost relative for a bit before you came.
Oh, would this person happen to be Suna?
Yes. How did you?
Oh,
How do you know that name?
we ran into her over in Aquarius.
Ah,
I just talked to her just a minute ago. Told her that you might be in this sword that Sibble had, that she might want to talk to you.
well, we did. Had a nice conversation.
Oh, I'm very
A
happy for her.
nice catch up. It was nice to speak with someone of my own time.
That was some time ago, yeah.
Yes.
Did you come to a conclusion of your reunion compared to nowadays?
It's been a long time. Much time has passed. Things are different, which I knew in a matter of speaking. But Suna did not. She's been isolated.
Oh, yes. We were able to release her from her obligation of being isolated.
And so she said. It was very kind of you.
But it seemed like the only thing to do for her, who's been down there for so long, and the protection of the vault just didn't seem relevant to her anymore. She needed to finally fulfill what she originally agreed upon.
Dragons from our time are loyal to a fault. Is good and bad, I suppose.
Suppose it matters who you're loyal to.
Yes.
Who are you loyal to? I'm sorry, my name is Torvine Graft. And you are?
Sadly, I do not know.
I don't know who I am.
There's been a process that this one and I have been working on.
But you just talked to your sister.
Yes.
Did she address who you were? Or she just knows you and didn't bring that up?
No, we did not bring that up.
I'm going to butcher your name. I think your name is Ave Krishna. Krishner. I probably butchered it.
You see, like, his eyes kind of, like, roll back and he inhales a big...
I'm backing up a little bit.
And you see, like, from the first time that you saw him, you've seen his scales kind of, like, in a perpetual state of
Rotating.
fluctuation between red and blue. And all of a sudden his scales, like, stop. And they're, like, all standing up. Almost like a cat's hair, kind of, just, like, standing up. And you see his body kind of, like, tense a bit. Yes. That was my name. How did you...
Oh, I learned it from Suna. She was the source of my knowledge when it comes to understanding who possibly you were.
I remember. And you just see him, like, pondering, and like a massive, like, wall has come down, and there's just, like, stuff just flowing through his mind of,
Processing.
yeah, just things that he didn't remember suddenly just flooding back.
Is there any gold around here?
No.
Maybe
That-
one of the scales popped up.
Is that actually the correct name of the two? Because there's two names, right?
Yeah, the younger one was Raya Kiger.
Reikagor.
Yeah. But he was the eldest, so that's how I remember that.
Yes. Yes, that is the right name.
So he's processing now.
My brother, he and I had difference of opinion. We followed different paths.
Sort of like your dad and your uncle.
Yeah, I guess so.
We dragons, when we bond with our immortals, back then, we were loyal to them. As I said, we were loyal to a fault. Where they went, we went. Unfortunately, my brothers went down the wrong path. We were forced to be at odds with each other.
Because of the immortals.
Yes.
Because your allegiance to your immortal slaved you into fighting brother against brother.
Yes. At first, it was something that I could tell he was against. The longer time went on, it changed him. To the point where pretty sure he reveled in it. What he and his immortal were doing. That's as much as I remember.
Where's your immortal?
I don't know.
Do you have a bond with him?
Not that I can sense, no. The only bond that I have is with this one. and with her family.
If an immortal and his companion dragon, if one dies,
The
does-
other soon follows. But at least that is how it was.
you live but yet you don't.
Yes.
Is that because your immortal isn't around, so you had to find a way to live without the immortal?
Perhaps. I don't know.
You don't know if your brother is like you then.
No. I don't even know what happened to my Raphael. My immortal.
Alphiel?
Raphael.
Alphiel. I'm gonna butcher this too. Do you know other immortals from the past?
Vaguely. The only other name I can specifically remember is the immortal that my brother was bonded to.
Mm-hmm. Does he have a name?
Malthiel.
Malthael?
Yes.
Wasn't he... Is that the door?
Yeah, someone said they got it.
Okay. Wasn't he an elf immortal? That was where Aquarius was?
Are you asking of Krishna or?
Yeah.
I don't know. Immortals often took form of those they were
Around.
charged with.
Okay.
It made their charge more comfortable with them.
Because we saw information of the immortal you speak of in Aquarius, where there was statues of him. And there was also gates that were ancient gates that people would travel through. And he helped
Wow.
oversee them.
If Malthiel was involved with this place where Suna was,
Mhm.
it's no wonder it was destroyed.
Because at one time they were followers of the Creator, and then they rebelled, and then the Great Calamity. Was the immortal part of the rebellion? He went astray?
Malthiel was the one who forced my brother to go down the path that he took
Okay.
because of their bond. Malthiel chose
Can't think of the name right now.
I figured this guy had some back information that we just didn't have.
Malthiel chose Tyrannax over the Creator and took my brother.
So Terranax was an evil leader.
Tyranax, if you want to roll a religion check.
Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that. This is my last re-roll. That's better. 11 out of 20.
Tyranax was the name the Deceiver had before he became known as the Deceiver. He was the highest of the immortals before his fall and his rebellion against the Creator. He has been called many other names, but the Deceiver is the one that most know.
Okay. And,
Taking this literally from the book.
yeah, which is fine. Different plagiarism, which is fine. Okay. Alright, the root cause. Okay. Okay. Because we have others who are trying to relive.
I knew it started with a T, but that's all I can remember. Like, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, they're trying to relive to do the old way of taking things over the way Tyranax wants. And that's what we're fighting right now. Do you know anything about... There is one gate that we found, the big gate. Maybe big enough for you to go through. There seems to be big, large scrapes, big claws. It's the only one we found that has claw marks. Was there a certain battle or instance when there was some sort of an incursion or a dispute going through a gate?
Where was this gate?
Oh my. I think it was at Ether Zero. It's a big gate. Trying to remember where
Street?
that was. Yeah,
It was the Ornstead one.
Warrenstead. Okay. It's under a mountain.
The tomb of Pythias.
Yes. So, do you know anything about that? Because those scrape marks, it seemed like something of a huge size.
During the Great War, some of the champions of the Deceiver were known to ride terrifying beasts, most of them dragons, that they had control over. More than likely, that's what the claw marks were.
Okay. Have you seen these gates?
Not in a very long time.
But you have.
A few.
Never
I
used
know
any?
of their existence.
You've never used them? Okay.
No.
Oh, they're pretty cool. They really are. And there's a very large titan that he can feel whenever they're being used. He's over, we call the Living Tree Forest. Very big
My
guy.
friend in the forest.
Oh, yeah, because a guardian who's friends with him over in Living Tree Forest, she contacted us when we started using these gates. She said, what are you guys doing? We're using these gates. He could feel whenever the energy of the gate was being activated. And he said they hadn't been activated in a long, long time. That's why he was curious why he's getting that feeling. And it was us.
Well, someone of his status would recognize a change in empowerments throughout the world. Something that large. These.
What was the word you used? Not portal.
Gate.
Gates.
If I remember correctly, use quite a bit of powerful empowerment to use. It would send a powerful wave of empowerment energy across
Transfer
the globe
ripples.
with those with enough sense for it
Mm.
to be able to
What
recognize.
is your name with your friend that's in Living Tree Forest?
I don't believe you guys ever gave him the name.
That's why I'm asking.
He just knows it was a friend.
And he's a Titan. We tried to get that from.
He would know that he's a watcher.
Yes.
That's
Okay. All right. Have you ever talked to him? He's your friend. you said.
Eons ago.
Have you tried to talk to him anytime recently?
No.
Your sister. It's a funny thing. She was able to talk to us without us even using these sending stones. Somehow she was able to connect to you just recently. That was remarkable.
Yes, I'm not sure how she was able to do that, but then again, Suna and her sisters are different
Unique.
and unique.
You know the funny thing that happened to me before we came in to see you? My sending stone got extremely hot after I talked to her and said we were going to meet you. It got so hot it almost felt like I wanted to put it down. And then slowly it cooled back down, almost like it was being used.
It was perhaps how she was able to communicate with me. She was not here, but I could hear her.
Right. So I'm thinking she connected to it to connect to you.
Perhaps your connection to this one when she attempted to enter this space perhaps initiated it.
Right. Because it is an empowerment to come in here. Okay. I'm glad it worked that way. What is it you do here?
I exist. I help this one.
Through how are you able to help?
Gifts that I grant her, boons that I grant her.
So
Through the weapon she wields.
you'll never be able to leave the weapon.
Not that I know
We were at Whetstone.
It's like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Well, we were at Whetstone, and you said you felt some evil presence at one time outside where Sibble was. How were you able to do that while you were in the sword?
of. As I said, with gates, something powerful enough gives off ripples
So you can sense evil? The
within a
ripples.
certain degree. It was close enough that I could sense it.
And strong enough?
Yes.
Okay. Can you help us in the future when we're hunting down an evil entity that's troublesome to the world? Would you be able to, like a Geiger counter, like a measurement of force around us that you would be able to pick that up?
I'll do my best to help this one.
Very good conversation. Thank you very much. Your hospitality has been wonderful. Appreciate it.
Alright, well, we'll pick up from there next time because we really gotta
Yeah.
get going.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you next time.